Hey, I'm sorry I'm a little late. Welcome back to my channel, The Underrated Doctors. Yours truly, the underrated one, the number one grinder. Welcome, welcome. Oh, thanks for coming back. Thank you. If you're still here, thank you. So, let me get this out. Hold on, family. Hey, I'm here. I'm here. Welcome to my channel, The Underrated Darkness. My channel, Underrated Dark. Yours truly, the underrated one, the grinder. Welcome to sports and politics talk on the Darkest Roundtable. Join in. This is part 8. All right, so we're gonna wait for some more people to come. It's open now. It's open. It's open. It's open. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Okay. All right, so we wait for some more people to come in. It's an open panel, family. Matter of fact, let me send the link in. Mhm. All right, so the open panel discussion. There's a link right there. So we're gonna talk about sports. We're gonna talk about sports and politics tonight. Um, I'm thinking about doing another mukbang tomorrow, and after that, it's going to be a special. It's going to be late afternoon. I don't know what time it is, but that's going to be a panel. That's going to be a classic. So watch out for that tomorrow. I gotta set it up. I gotta think of how I'm gonna title it, but knowing me, it's gonna be epic. But welcome to my channel, The Underrated Darkness. Y'all sure the underrated one, the grinder. Again, sports and politics talk on the darkest roundtable. Join in. We're gonna talk about sports and politics tonight. So we gonna wait more people come in. Okay, hold on, let me get you in. Hey,
Ashay, bro, what up? What
I
up?
say to you.
Yeah, in the building.
Good. Oh, doubt. Thank you. Appreciate that. I met this brother on Omega channel. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. I want you to whoever out there, I want you to make sure
We'll
you
go
get the
ahead.
get the brother's channel. All right. So how you feel tonight?
Feeling pretty good. Doing
Okay.
getting my work done. I'll be
Okay.
shutting down probably in the next couple of hours for the day. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. Now you're here. Let's talk about a little politics because this is sports is politics. We're gonna talk about sports too, y'all. Talk about sports too. So we're gonna talk about some politics. So I know you heard we was like talking about the Queen's channel earlier. And if you want to
Right, right.
continue that conversation, you can, or we can switch something else.
Yeah, we can go ahead and finish that one.
Go ahead.
And then
Go ahead.
before
Get
we go
started
from
off
there,
then. Start off then, bro. I say you can go ahead. Yep, let me see. I don't know if you can hear me or not.
Oh, my bad. I switched into the other panel. Every time I do that, it cuts my mic off for some reason.
Okay. You can start
Yeah.
off.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, like the brother was saying, we had a great topic, a great talking point on Courtney Omega's channel, the glowers and whatnot, discussing politics and different things to that nature. I left off over there talking about how the game is pretty much fixed, and we
Mhm.
are definitely tired of that, and it's time for something new.
Mhm.
As far as I'm concerned, a lot of the stuff that I can see that we had started fighting for, as far as the millennials,
Mhm.
Generation Xers, and whatnot, we had jumped into the streets, got the attention of everybody, stated what we needed, and some things were enacted that we were fighting for out there with our protests and turn ups and everything, and got more done in that short amount of time than we could have trying to uh, uh, pass bills and elect officials and all that madness.
Mhm.
All just within the beginning of this year,
Mhm.
right? And I'm thinking we still got the baby boomers trying to push the same old agenda of trying to get us to vote. Well, I'm all for voting. I'm all for it. However,
Mhm.
if it ain't getting nothing done, why are we still doing it?
Mhm.
Right? I mean,
Right.
it's just it's a new thing. It's all right. We had in our civil rights and during the civil rights time, the popular thing was to get out there and register to vote, uh, uh, go in there and integrate, push the agenda because this is what was legally our right, and that generation fought for it, whether they were going to do it peacefully or violently. They did it and got it done. We have much appreciated of their fight and their effort, but this is our time, and we're going to have to do it our way,
Right.
right? They were the generation that did it their way, and the generation before them wasn't in agreement with what they were doing at all, not even remotely close to wanting to do what they were doing,
Right.
right? Right. So I'm thinking, yeah, it's our time to pretty much take up the mantle, take up their fight with how they approached it, and turn some shit up. Hell,
Mhm.
you wanted to get some examples? Hell, even Jesus jumped into the chapel and turned some tables over. Well, guess what? We gotta turn some tables over too.
Okay.
Right? That's just my opinion, expounded on, and try to see if I can put that out as eloquently as I can possibly muster.
Well, no, I got it. So let me
Yeah.
read this. Let me read this first before I continue. Come and join real conversations with the underrated one as us as the righteous ones individually. Let's make a change within ourselves and continually being there for each other. We got. Remember that.
Word.
Especially us as a family, we got. So let it nurture in our minds, heart, soul, wherever you call it. Let it. We got, family. We all we got. Let me go. Big dose, my LDBC brother.
Mm-hmm.
That stands for Lions Den Boxing Community, also basketball community. Um, let me see. Let me put the link. Hit the link. And I'm just saying, whether we talk about politics or sports, let's be respectable. Let's be respectable. So I'm asking. Respect my channel. Respect my channel. Respect the panel and respect the chat. That's all I'm saying.
Respect
It,
my authority.
exactly. If not, I would throw your ass out.
Uh,
Yeah. All right. Let me read. Before I continue, oh, I forgot to do one more goddamn thing. God dang, it's getting real good. Okay, all right, okay. Now I'm good. So let me read this first. Big Dose, what's good, homie? He said, if you don't vote, then you can't complain. Period. Also, he said, do you realize that Trump has placed over 200 federal judges that are there until they die?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let this big Cheeto head, weird toupee having, thorax looking dude do what he do in that office, and we gonna do what we do out here in these streets. He can do what I mean, because name something that is strictly for black people. Name one policy in it can be constitutional, it can be a amendment. Name one thing that is strictly for black people, which does not include brown people, minorities, LGBT alphabet folks, or anybody who decides that they want to grab a green card and come all over here into this country. Name one thing. Name one thing. I'll wait.
No. Excuse me. Can I ask a question? Could
Yes, sir.
could I go around the corner, get me a Miller High Life beer, and then come back and let you know? Cause that's all I know. You know my answer. That's the best I could come up with. None. None.
Nothing. We don't have nothing because it always includes everybody else. And guess what? When it comes down to actually getting what it is that we want, we always have to include everybody else. And no politician will ever jump on live TV, any of these, commercial broadcast networks, and actually say African American and agenda in the same sentence.
No, it's never gonna happen.
It ain't gonna happen. And until they actually do that, or celebrate Martin Luther King right next to Malcolm X, I ain't doing nothing.
Well, you know how they feel about Malcolm X, so we ain't gonna get. That's another. That's another. You know that's all right. You right that. Oh, you read mama. I like you. You all right. You down with the family already.
I'm trying to dial it in. I mean, I've been trying to get my get some attention brought to my channel or whatnot. Not necessarily for people to tune in, but just to go down some of my playlists.
Yeah.
Because I really don't want the attention. I'm happy just jumping on people's panels and whatnot. They're speaking here or speaking there. But all the stuff that I drop on my playlists are things that I feel would be helpful for the growth of people's education, spirituality, anything of that nature. My field is spiritual, whatever.
Okay.
If you have a question about that, that's my specialty. That's what I consider, my field. When it comes to sports and whatnot, I'm not that great, but I'm gonna jump in here anyway. Politics, I got my opinions. People like it, people hate it, whatever. They can have what they want about it. But yeah, I stay in my lane as much as I can. Let people know how to approach their spirituality, especially if they're new. They're new to it, and I try to help as much as I can.
Okay. Yeah. Before I get back to you, Big Dose, what's good, homie? Thank and welcome.
Hey, salute, fam. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Loud and clear.
Yeah, that's what's up. Ain't no feedback or nothing, is it?
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay, you sure?
Just a little. We hear a little noise, but.
All right, hold on for a second. That's what I wanted to know. Hold on.
All right, Big Dose. That's Big Dose from the South, baby. Big Dose. Yeah. So the link. So Jim
is that better?
Say it again.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's much better.
Yeah, that's clear as a bell right there.
Clear as a bell right there. Yo, let me introduce you. Cause nobody gonna introduce you like that. That's Big Dose from the South, baby.
Yeah. Nah, actually, bro, I'm from the Midwest. I'm from Cincinnati.
All right, no. So let me change that. No, that's Big Dose from Midwest, baby. Don't mess with him. I cut your ass. Don't mess. That's my Midwest fan right there, boy. Big Dose.
Man.
Welcome.
And the fam, the underrated, the underrated darkness. You feel me?
Well, yeah. I let you go underrated thoughts, but you can call underrated one. But I'll let you go underrated thought. I'm gonna let you go on this one.
Wait a minute, hold on for a second.
All right.
Yeah. All right, I'm back, fam. I'm back.
Okay. What you got to say, bro? Oh, before hold a few seconds. Gen J, Sheila E. If you want to join the panel, it's right there. The link is right there. All right, join in. Go ahead, bro.
Hey, to the last caller, man. I know he probably still on here, bro.
Yeah, he's on.
Yeah,
I'm right here.
I disagree with you about the voting, bro.
Yeah, sure.
I disagree because, for the simple fact, you got to realize, man. Okay, if we don't get nothing, like specifically out of this voting, like specifically for black people, you got to realize Trump and McConnell is putting judges on them federal benches, bro. Circuit court, district courts, all the way up to the Supreme Court. He already done placed 2 people on the Supreme Court, and it's one judge that's sick. She had to do some of her work from the hospital bed, man. She damn near on her deathbed, and she a Democrat.
Mm-hmm.
So if we don't get Trump out of there, they gonna fill that seat. And if you don't think that them judges gonna affect us in an adverse way, you got another thing coming. Just like when Trump first got in there and he had Sessions, and Sessions went in there and he took them regulations off of them cops. Obama had federal regulations on them cops, and they was watching them cops, especially when they had charges of abuse and stuff like that. They had to be monitored by the feds. Trump came in and with Sessions and took all of that away. So now they don't have no federal oversight over them. Man, that affects us, bro. That affects us.
Okay.
Realize, man,
I agree with that. I do have one contention about that. Just one. Before Mr. Obama got into office and enacted these criteria that the police had to abide by, what was in place before that? I'll wait.
On the 94 crime bill, is that what you're talking about?
Oh, before that, what was keeping police officers from beating us in the head with billy clubs, sicking their dogs on us, shooting us, having us turn up missing, picking us up from one hood and dropping us off in somebody else's hood? What was stopping the police from being able to do that before?
Nothing.
Exactly my point. That's exactly my point. Because if he takes away something that was only enacted for about 8 years,
and
what would be the difference?
That was doing good.
It was doing good for a little while. Police officers had to put body cameras on. They was fucking up because they was trying to turn them off, but not realizing that the shit was still recording. The shit was hilarious.
Yeah.
But as it goes right now, everybody has their phones on.
Yeah.
I mean, like, as soon as you get pulled over, what's the first thing that we started doing? Turning them cameras on.
Well,
so that everybody can see.
Where was the phones at when Breonna Taylor got shot?
Where was the phones at?
Where was
it was in the middle. It was the middle of the night, right? I'm with you on.
We have footage though, right?
Yeah, we would have footage,
right?
But we don't. Why? Because these were plainclothes officers, and if you're plainclothes, you ain't got to wear a body cam. No, these were narcotics cops.
That's not true. That's not true, bro. That's not true. Now in Louisville, that might be true. Let me rephrase that. In Louisville, that might be true, but it wasn't true until Trump took all them regulations off of them cops. See, that affects us, bro. They can do whatever they want now. And
but they already been doing whatever they want. But that's what I mean. Because all right, I used to live right down the street from Rodney King. All right, and the stories and whatnot, and have to deal with him. You know, seeing him in the grocery store with his face all beat up and all that stuff. And that was with some random dude was filming outside of his window. Now I'm a little weary about how the hell this dude just so happened to have a camera across the street from this dude, perfectly across the street from where he's getting beat and whatnot. But that's just one example. I mean, like he was beat within an inch of his life on the side of that highway by how many police officers? This is the regular stuff that continues to happen to us.
I agree
and
with you on that,
if you take away their regulations, that means that war is on. I'm sorry to say it, but
so what you saying? You want the war to be on?
Blunt answer: yes.
Okay, why? Because we gonna lose. We gonna lose, bro. We don't got enough guns, and they got and with Trump in office, they got the military on their side. They got Navy SEALs. They got the Navy. They got the Air Force. They got gunships.
And if you pull all of that on unarmed or minor
you said war,
rebels.
Man. You said war. Don't nobody care.
Exactly.
At that point, if we in war, don't nobody care about nobody doing nothing wrong to nobody. It's them against us.
Do you know about Angola? Have you ever seen Angola's?
Here, bro?
They are watching us. They are watching us. They are watching exactly what is going on with us, and they are sitting back like, bro, what is going on? They're waiting for a green light. So is Nigeria.
To do what? A green light
to protect us.
So you think they're gonna invade the United States and fight on our side?
No, not invade at all.
That's okay. The
UN will actually have to.
Bro,
the UN will have to step in.
That's gonna be the destruction of our race, man. Period, man. You got to be realistic, man.
They can't eliminate. They are
the people that
what's the population? What is the population of what is the black population of the United States of America?
13%.
13%. What number is that? I know, and I hate going into numbers, but that is about 41 million people. Okay.
Right.
Out of 300 some odd million as of 2017. In between there is a little bit higher, so around 50 million people. What is the population of Nigeria alone? Nigeria alone is about close to 200 million. 100 million off of what is the United States in total.
Man, what that got to do with what we talking about? What Nigeria got to do with us having a race war?
We outnumber our opposition.
Not in this country. Not in this country, bro. You think the United States gonna let another country come over here and invade and help us fight? Nah, man.
No, but the UN, bombs, bro. But the UN will not allow that to happen.
Bro, Trump, man, the UN we ain't even partners with the UN right now. The way we going, we ain't been acting like we care about nobody else, man. You know what I'm saying?
Let that war pop off, and we will. That's the problem. That's the thing about it.
Let me introduce you to this brother.
Let the brother be introduced.
Let me just say this. Did you hear that interview that Trump did where he said, "Why do we have nuclear weapons if we ain't gonna use them?"
Mm-hmm.
Now you think he won't hesitate to push that button
on American soil? No, not even remotely close.
Yeah. Yo, let me introduce you to this brother.
Yeah, let's go.
Hey, Lama, what's good, brother? Introduce yourself and get into this conversation, please.
Yeah, this is Lou. I'm Lou the Rider Sports.
Okay.
I am actually from Louisville. So I'm deep in the fire down here right now with the whole
Okay.
Breonna.
Okay, tell him please. Tell us please.
You talking about body cams for these cops? No cop down here wearing no body cams. None at all. They need to be wearing body cams, but they really don't wear body cams. It been plenty of times these cops down here got away with murder, and basically they got off on it. We try to do something about it, but they do not hear our voices when that happens.
Exactly my point. That's exactly my point.
And when Breonna Taylor family took that $12 million, we was all pissed off about that. Cause the only reason why her family took that money, because they wanted to make us stop protesting about Breonna Taylor, make us stop going to Daniel Campbell's house and protesting and all that.
You're exactly right. You're hitting on all those cylinders, bro.
Okay, let me stop.
You're exactly right.
Let me stop you here, brother. And I know you tell us this again, but I want to reemphasize this, okay? Mm-hmm. Work with me here. You are from Louisville, right?
Yes.
Smack down in Louisville, right?
Born and raised.
That's all. All right. Go ahead. I just want to put it out there so nobody would not like, oh, he making things up. That's all I want to know. So people would know. Go ahead, bro.
Born and raised in Louisville, home of the greatest boxer of all time, Muhammad Ali. I've been to the grave site 1,000 times.
Mm-hmm.
And I know the area he grew up at too. So I ain't lying. I was born and raised in Louisville. I can show you a picture of the city right now. So to me, y'all talking about us fighting a war with another country. You already see how it is right now. They want us to help them fight a war, but after the war is over with, they don't treat veterans like Americans. They treat them like they not worth nothing. Like, look at the Civil War. If it wasn't for us, we probably would never won that Civil War back in the 1800s. Because how many black men died protecting America, so we wouldn't go for slavery no more. Like
Civil War is going to be a little bit further back, but I hear your point. I hear exactly what you're saying, bro.
I'm just saying.
Hey, could I interject for a quick second, bro? If you don't mind, is that cool?
By all means.
Go ahead, bro.
Okay. It say right here, Louisville police to change policies after Breonna Taylor. So they put in that settlement. Breonna Taylor's family put in that settlement that they got to change their policies. One of them is going to be that police got to be drug tested after a shooting or something like that, because the main cop hold on. The main
let finish.
The main cop Hitchison, the one that did the most shooting, he disappeared from the scene for 2 hours after Breonna Taylor was killed. Nobody could find him, and they said they got pictures of that cop. They got pictures of that cop, and he looked inebriated. Plus, the community is saying that all of them cops was at a bar drinking before they did that no-knock warrant.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So they put that in there.
Okay.
They put a lot of stuff in there. I mean, first off, they're trying to paint Breonna Taylor as some sort of drug queen. That's the most disrespectful. I'm trying not to cuss here, but that's the most disrespectful crap I ever heard. Like, to have them actually paint that narrative that this frontline dedicated black queen was a some sort of drug queen, bruh. We should be in the streets for that by itself, let alone the fact that if this man, her boyfriend got charged, he shouldn't have been charged, period, right? And then they want to go and research his background. First off, he was a licensed gun holder, and you already have to pass multiple background checks just to even be able to carry the gun that he possessed. So
Can
what
I
was the
say
need
something,
for
guys?
doing some background check
Can I
on
say
him?
something real quick?
Yes, sir.
Breonna Taylor was not a drug queen. I saw her.
That's exactly right.
I used to see her downtown going to work almost every day because I live downtown. And to me, she didn't look like no drug queen. And they trying to say that because they recording those jail calls right now.
Right. They trying to. It's called CYA. Cover your ass, and that's exactly what they're trying to do. But
you know,
failing miserably.
Yeah, but I want to say this though too. No, Big Dose 513 and the rest of the brothers here. I think that what we have to understand too this and I'm gonna say about the body cameras too. And then if they on the body cameras, now they teaching them. You know what they teaching them? How to edit the picture, to edit certain things out. So there's no independent watchman. There's nothing. And also we have to. I think what I think. Whatever happens in a city, and I'm saying we know some black men and black women live in that city. I'm going by for what they say. I'm not going by what the media say because the media never was on our side anyway. You know.
What I
right.
said ain't what the media saying. What I said is what Tamika Mallory said.
No, I'm just saying.
That's what she said that these things are implemented into the settlement. These things, what I said that they for one, another thing is that they regulating the amount of warrants that can be served on one case in one night. You can't serve several warrants no more in one night on one case. This right here, it says that that now every plainclothes officer must wear a body cam before when they execute the warrant. Every plainclothes officer. That was implemented into
I'm telling you right now, bro, they're not gonna do that. Even though they tell them that you gotta wear a body cam, a plainclothes officer is not gonna do that.
Then they're gonna be breaking the law then.
They always break the law. Man, they've been breaking the law for a minute. I mean, they feel that they're above the law.
Don't get me wrong. I ain't saying they don't. I know them cops is dirty as fuck, bro. Don't think I'm on the cop side. I'm just saying Breonna Taylor and them didn't just take that settlement and not think about the people, man. You got to do some research on it, bro. And if they do or they don't, at least they try. At least they try to get that implemented, and it is in writing that they must do it.
Yeah, but I'm saying, Big Dose, all due respect, brother. We talking to a brother right now that's in Louisville. He's telling you what's going on. I'm not going to listen to these fools with what they're talking about because they're going to talk on top of it. I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just what we have to do. We have to understand that this media, even when we became a media in America, they never protected black people anyway. They never protect us. So then we go talk about the police agency. That is another goddamn lie. What it is. So and I'm saying I respect you and I'm with you, but all due respect, I'm listening to that brother from Louisville. Anybody that gets shot in any urban city, if they say Thursday, they right there. They not going to do it. So I'm going to believe him. I'm not going to believe those fools because that's what they want to do. They want to play it like this. Oh, you caught me, but you can't see me. Nah,
I can tell you several stories where cops should have wore a body cam when they shot on black people down here.
I believe you, bro. I'm just saying the law was just enacted with and it ain't even being fully enacted yet. This is a plan that they must implement along with the settlement. You see what I'm saying? This just happened. So I believe that cops have been coming in there with no body cam and all that. I believe all that, bro. I ain't saying I don't. I'm saying this has just been done. So let's see if they're going to change it. You know what I'm saying? Now, do I think they will? Maybe not. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not.
Well, I'm going to still serve for my life every day as long as I live in Louisville, Kentucky.
Yeah, me too, bro.
And we all do. So let me ask you a question. What What about the what? Well, Jen J. She brought. But what about Dave McAtee? David
Who now?
McAtee.
Who?
David McAtee.
Okay.
David
Yeah.
McAtee?
Yeah, the one he also got. He got shot at in Kentucky.
He got what now?
He got murdered. He got shot. He got murdered in Kentucky when they had that ride. When they had the Beyond Taylor.
He's
That's what
the
I'm
guy.
saying. I believe
No,
these
David
things
Mack
happen,
is the
bro.
guy
I
who
know.
did
I know the police is dirty, man. I believe.
Like,
it.
I'm trying to.
All I'm saying is with the Breonna Taylor case, they did try to do something for the people. They didn't just take that settlement. And up there, while they was in the press conference, they were saying we still want these cops charged. They wasn't saying, well, let's let it go.
I don't know.
They was still saying they want the cops charged.
I don't know. When you take that money. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro.
I'm trying to say who David McAtee is. He's the guy who gave everybody barbecue when they were protesting.
Oh, yeah.
He been doing barbecue for years. I kind of grew up. I kind of been knowing him since I've been a kid.
Okay.
I grew up eating his barbecue. Like they got something on body cam, but you don't see him after getting shot. They try to cover that up.
And they got body cam, right?
Yeah, like you don't see him when he got shot by the cop, but the part that they said he had a gun was he did not have a gun.
Nah.
But they said the National Guard shot him. They the one killed.
Yeah, they are. They are.
Okay.
It was either them or the police.
Sounds like a whole lot of inconsistency from the people that's supposed to be in charge.
That's the way I smell it. That's the way I look at it too, bro.
And guess what? The people at the top ain't saying shit about it. Trump
and they ain't going
shit
to.
about it.
And they not.
Nothing.
Nope.
But yet, the killer that went up there and killed them people, that dude that took that assault rifle up there and killed them people, he said something about him in his defense.
And check this out.
In his defense, they first off, this boy was 17 years old. He was dropped off by his mother. That's already two crimes compounded on top of each other. His mother should be in jail for transporting the vehicle, transporting a minor with an assault rifle,
and drove
right, and dropped him off at the protest. Like what? Like.
Yeah,
this ain't even creative shit. This ain't even nothing creative, bruh.
They got the nerve to
this some dumb shit.
GoFundMe. They got the nerve to start a GoFundMe to get a $1 million attorney for this boy too.
Right.
He got money. They got money to GoFundMe already.
Right, that's the cold part. They already got the GoFundMe.
The cold part is the president of the United States is on his side. That's the cold part.
Right.
And
all I'm saying.
The coldest part is that my people can't see it. It's like if you had your choice, you only had 2 houses to live in, right? And one of them is owned by a Ku Klux Klan member, and the other one is owned by somebody that might not like you, but he's not a Ku Klux Klan member. Which house would you want to live in? If you ain't only had
on the street.
You only had them 2 choices.
Man, I live in my car before that.
Man, see, that's a cop out though. That's a cop out.
Let me understand. Let me.
You gotta live in America.
Go ahead.
You gotta live in America.
Says who?
Live in America. You ain't got no choice. So what choice you gonna make?
You gotta think about it this way, bro.
Oh wow!
I'm just saying, brother. Us black people proud to have our own land, our own town, and all that. Look what happened in Tulsa. They
Rosewood, Florida.
Rosewood, Florida. That's a very good point, because there was at least 13 other cities that went up in flames along with Tulsa. But we don't talk about none of those because we're not aware of them. We only know about where it started. That's it. And the cold part is we don't even know that the reason why it started was because of the bellboy at the hotel was sleeping around with the elevator operator, the white woman, and they after that riot, they ran off and got married.
Yep.
But we missing shit in our history, man. I mean, it's a whole lot of stuff we missing. Bells, whistles,
Emmett
cogs of
Till.
wheels.
Emmett Till.
Bruh, is cover of Jet magazine.
She's still living. She's still living.
And the
Come
family,
to find out that was a lie.
and
That was a whole
and the
ass
media
lie.
and the media tried to talk to the family, but the family refused to talk to anybody.
Man,
This is what I'm saying. The war that I'm speaking of had already started a long time ago. Are you in it? Are you aware of it?
I'll tell you this much. I got my thing.
Well,
I got my hold on. And this ain't towards you. This is towards
no. I know exactly what you. I hear exactly what you're saying, and I believe all of us need to have that.
Hold on. Let me ask you a question. You said, "Am I in?"
Yes, sir.
I got my thing. Yeah. My wife got her thing. She got her CCW. Hey, unfortunately, I'm a convicted felon, so I can't carry my thing legally.
Well,
so
that's not the point.
I never say I carry it, but I got it though.
But let me
the point.
Yeah, let me tell you a story. When I first started my YouTube channel, it was a Nene Oliver. My late father was born in the late 1920s. So Oliver was their oldest best friend. He's one of the few blacks that fought in World War I and plus the Spanish War. They say he had so much medals. He was that good decorated like a Christmas tree. They used to play horseshoes all around it. Okay.
Was this the brother that got hung in his uniform that you're talking about?
No, that's one of the few. No, this one was my father told me this story. Like when I think I was a teen, my late father told me a story, right? So what happened was usually he comes there, play with them. So the wife's like, where he at and everything? No, we ain't seen it. I haven't seen him in 3 days. So they say you ain't seen him in 3 days. So they haven't seen him in 3 days. So it was people was talking about, oh yeah, he trying to talk to white women and stuff. They find him and the next time got hang in his uniform. Come to find out, as you already know, he didn't whistle at his wife. He didn't whistle at the white woman. He got mad because Oliver was the one. He was not scared of white people. And then they come to find that they said he beat 3 up. They got mad and they find him hanged. Then come to find out the family have to leave because they was after them. I don't know what happened after that. So after that, it left the last impression of my late father. And so if we got to stop saying that these plans that we want to believe that's going to protect us, it's not going to protect us. It's never, because it didn't protect them. And I'm talking about this is going towards the mid-30s.
So what's your answer to it then, family? What's your answer to everything?
Arm up, brace yourself.
We got to protect ourselves.
God, man. What the hell? I'm armed, bro, but hey, I'm realistic, bro. I know.
Are you ready?
I know we ain't gonna win no race war.
Shit.
Period.
Hey.
So we need to be thinking of some other ways. Hold on, bro. We need to be thinking of some other ways to make life better for our kids coming up.
I am all for it. I got
God kids. Okay, let me say I got God kids. Okay. But I'm not gonna tell. I gotta tell them the truth. The way how this system is. I can't lie to them. That is crazy. And this is the thing about this,
bro.
I'm not gonna lie to them.
I want some plans, bro.
I'm gonna tell you, we got to implement plans. We got
a lot of smart people. Like the brothers sound, man. All y'all sound real intelligent, bro. Let's us come up with a plan, bro, and try to.
That's what we've been trying to do for years.
Let's come up with some.
I got a plan. I got a plan. If you're ready to hear it, I got one good plan.
Come on, let me hear it, bro.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Currency right now is what we don't have. We don't have finances. However, the economy is going towards credit and Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
What we need to do is be able to have credit scores for our children to be able to use. How do we do this? Well, one idea is, first off, you take 2 bank accounts. Put $500 in each of those accounts in your child's name. Have one pay $100 into the next one, right? Towards the beginning of the month. After that clears, halfway through the month, have that other one that now has 600, pay that $100 back into the one that has 4. Don't touch it. Don't touch it until them kids get old enough, and watch what that credit score does, because now you're just leaving it alone. You don't take none of that out.
Right. I feel that.
Right? That's a credit score that will continue to compound until that child reaches whatever age that they want to actually do something with that credit score. Right? That puts your child's credit score over 800.
That's what I'm talking about. That's smart,
okay,
bro.
And that's just one. Now you want another plan?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Our credit scores are shit collectively.
Agree on that.
Right.
It's down to a stigma where black people always complaining about their bad credit. Go get you a Credit Karma. Go get you an Equifax. Go get you a TransUnion account. Easy. It's free. It's on your phone. Figure out what it is that is ruining your credit and fix it, because there are plenty of black-owned businesses right now. Garfield, the credit doctor, is one of them, and will fix your credit to where now you are over 700. That's another plan.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
There's another one called, I forgot what they call, Lexington Law. They fix
Lexington Law. I'm talking about black folks and black folks only. This is a black-owned business that I'm dropping right now.
Oh,
next one.
They help fix your credit.
They will fix your credit. He will fix the shit out of your credit.
What's the name of him?
Garfield, the credit doctor.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna check that out, bro.
Okay.
I'm about to write that down right now.
Right.
Lord knows I need some fixing on my credit.
Man, I'm doing the same thing as we speak.
How about the ones that's on disability?
Disability. That's another.
That's a great question.
How who's on disability? Where
no, I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I am right now because my back messed up. I'm on long-term disability from my job and stuff.
All right, so you got an income coming in right now.
Yeah, I do.
All right. What bills do you have?
Shit, I pay like damn near $1,000 just in health insurance.
Do you have anything? Do you have anything left over?
Yeah, because I mean, you know, I hustle. You know, I don't like illegal hustle, but you know, I made my money though. You know what I'm saying?
I can dig that. All right. So now you know you have income. You know you have something left over. You know you can save something. By the end of your month, can you accumulate $1,000 without that need without needing to spend it? How long would it take you to have that?
I don't know, bro. It's kind of rough right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it 100. You know what I'm saying?
Hang on 1 second. I gotta take this phone call.
Okay.
Yeah. It ain't like me and my wife hurting for nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's hard to save, bro. It's hard to save right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm working on a few things that where I can, you know, build up my stuff. You know what I'm saying? One thing, I started my channel last week. You know.
Oh, you did?
Oh yeah.
Yo, do me a favor. Wherever time you leave, go to my channel and put a comment so I can subscribe to you.
There. All right, for sure. Yeah, I started.
And you too, Big Dose.
Yeah, I started last week, man. You know, and I expect it to grow. You know what I'm saying? Because
it's going to grow, man. It's going to grow, man. Because I want to talk about boxing too, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But I be talking about life like you do, underrated.
Yeah, but I do. But sometimes I want to talk. I know boxing too. I know about sports too, man. Sometimes I need a break. Sometimes, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Right. I'm a big fan of martial arts myself. I've been in it for a little while.
Okay, we can talk about that too. We can talk about that too.
Man,
okay.
By the sound of your voice, bro.
Yeah.
You guys ever heard of the BKF? Is where I first started. That's the Black Karate Federation.
Okay.
it's-
Yeah. I heard.
So yeah, they go back to the late '60s, early '70s.
Uh-huh.
So they've been around for a while, and they're all black. Well, they started off all black. Now they're multiracial, but they all have their own divisions. But it's the Black Karate Federation. You can recognize it by its fist, cobra, and red, black, and green flag behind it.
Okay.
Hey,
Cool.
hey, but you know, I'm about to go in here, man, and holler at my son, see my grandkids real quick. But I want to say this, man. Hey, I love your plans, brother. But our main key is going to be to stick together, spin black. You know what I'm saying? Start supporting our brothers and stuff, like my brother Junior the Truth. And he's got the Black Gentlemen's Club, and he sells deodorant, soap, beard products, you know what I'm saying? And you know, different things like that. His brothers in the LDBC got their own soap powder that they sell. You know what I'm saying?
Soap powder?
Oh
man.
yeah.
It's good.
Me and my wife are definitely into all of that. We buy black.
Okay.
We
That's
support
our main
black.
key, bro. And I feel like, bro, just I'm gonna leave y'all with this. I feel like, okay, right now we woke as people. We woke. We know what's going on, and other people that's not us know what's going on. Okay, so why we trying to get ourselves together and support each other and build ourselves up? Why don't we get this Ku Klux Klan member off our back? You know what I'm saying? Out here supporting everything that's against us. You know, labeling Black Lives Matter as a terrorist group, but the KKK ain't. You know, that's what. Let's get that off our back, man. Go vote, man. It ain't gonna hurt you. Just go vote. It's important,
I got
man.
you. Yeah, I got you. Yo, Big Dose, man. We on your way out, man. On one of my, you know, it doesn't make a difference. One of my doesn't make a difference. What live is. Put a comment on it, man. So, are you subscribed to me?
Yeah. That's
No,
why
hit that
when you go on.
Okay, no, hit that again because YouTube be taking away my shit. So drop a comment or two. I just want to make sure I still subscribe to you so I can hit you up sometime. We gotta talk about boxing, bro. I know boxing too, man.
For sure, bro.
Hey,
man.
I just want to say this. Also, we got to teach our people how to grow their own food and how to hunt for their own food. Because my grandfather taught me how to grow vegetables and fruit, and he taught me how to hunt in the woods and how to survive in the woods just in case. And
chances are we might actually be needing that sort of information to begin with. Pass that shit around.
Like I know how to shoot a bow and arrow. That's how deep it is, man. Like I know how to handle knife too. Like he taught me and my brothers, sisters, and my cousins a whole lot of type of stuff before he passed away in 1999.
That's what's up, bro. That's the type of
Oh yeah, let me put this out. Let me put this out there. Anybody that wants to donate, is flash on the screen. Is some Cash App. $JT53000. Also, I do have a PayPal app. Is PayPal.me. All in caps JT Black 53. It flashes right on the screen. So anybody wants to donate, feel free. All right.
Because my family background is this. My great grandfather was an American Indian. My grandfather was half Indian and half black. And my grandfather was in World War II. So he knows what the struggle been like. He been through the struggle. And he just taught us a couple of things before he passed away, just in case we have to go through the struggle once again. And right now we're going through the struggle right now.
Yeah,
that's facts.
This is the only reason why I say what I say about the war and everything, because war already been on. We already been under attack for the longest. The difference is right now, it's broadcast everywhere. Everybody is aware of it. Everybody can see it. it's publicized. Now people are aware that black people are under attack and have been under attack for the longest. That's the only difference,
Right.
right?
But
So
they
now
see,
we're just going into
but-
defending ourselves.
but they see what's going on, and some of these people still don't care that we're
They're
being
not.
attacked.
That's right. That's right. Just think about it. The leader of the Philippines, right? They president. When he catches somebody with drugs or something, it's murder on sight. Murder. Ain't no trial, no nothing, bruh. That goes against all the UN and everything, bruh. Murder on sight. They kill them on sight. Who going to help them right now? Nobody. That ain't gonna be with us. It's all on us, bro.
But they already doing that.
So we got to move smart, man.
And
Yeah,
look what's
and
happening in China right now. Everybody in China living in poverty except the guy who's running China right now. And he don't care. He just keep on taxing them higher, even though they don't make enough money to afford where they live at and get food, anything like that right now. And Trump, I think Trump trying to do the same thing to us right now.
He is, bro. And think about it. All the federal judges he done put in place. If he want to become a dictator, right? And he say, well, ain't gonna be no more elections. Okay, we sue him and go to the Supreme Court. He done placed 3 judges on the Supreme Court. Now the Supreme Court is his. And we know how these people been acting, man. They like a cult for Trump.
If
So,
y'all saw that say on next,
and then he say, hey, black people can't live. Now, from now on, all y'all black people got to move out your houses. If you own it, I don't give a damn. Move out.
to me, Trump is
The Supreme Court say, rule with him.
to me, Trump is a narcissist and a child molester. He should not be president in the first place.
Right.
Well, you know, besides white men, thanks for almost 58% of white women. Thank them.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That whole 58% white women,
Almost
still feel like
58% of white women has voted
like
for Trump back in 2016.
I still feel like Russell had something to do with those 58% white women that helped him get Trump reelected as president.
That's because you got to remember, white women are still part of the same white supremacist program, and they're on code with their white supremacy.
That's facts.
And I had told brothers a million times, leave those white women alone. They're deadly.
Bruh, I mean, I made that fatal mistake back when I was young. I did that same bullshit. And I'm still like, bruh, why the fuck did I do that?
Hey,
I'm just saying, you're absolutely right. I'm not, I put myself on the shit.
Hey, bro. Hey, I used to play college football, man. And they used to throw it at me almost after every game, man.
Yeah, until you start realizing that shit ain't worth nothing.
right. See,
Not a goddamn thing. Like, bro, that's got to be some of the most mayonnaise.
Hey, underrated.
Like, look at the players that Baylor.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
let me come on your
Look at
channel,
those football
bro.
players that Baylor.
And when I'm going,
Whoa, 1 second. What you said, DJ? A big dose.
I said I'm out, bro. I'm about to go see my grandkids, man. Thanks for letting me come on your channel. And you know, I go on every weeknight at 10 o'clock, man, Eastern time. So if you want to hop on with me or something, you know, anytime, let me know, bro. Just come through.
Y'all will, man. And we gotta talk about
y'all welcome to come through too, man.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? I want
got you, big dose. Yo, this is my brother, my LDBC brother, Big Dose 513 from Midwest, baby.
Yes,
that's
sir.
right. Put some respect on his name, boy.
Yes,
Big
sir.
boy from Midwest.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm sure, like, I'm gonna sit.
All right.
Where we at?
All right. Anybody that wants to join the panel, feel free. The link is in the chat. Brother Artist Style, what's good? That's the professor for our people. It's in the chat. Thanks for coming. I definitely y'all need to check him out because he always empower our people. He work with the kids and everything, and he always there. And please If you don't get art new style, you're missing out a lot. You miss a lot of information. You miss out of a logic. You miss out of history. So, so I want y'all to go support her. Please support her. I vouch for him. Okay,
I'm gonna have
we
to
can
jump
keep.
on there. One of my favorite things is history.
Yeah, he knows history. He breaks it down, and he's there for our people. He's not one of those professors be selling out. Oh, I love black people. Oh, but you taking money from the lobbyists from the presser. I got you.
I love my black people as he's wiping biscuit crumbs off his face.
What about that thing what Candace Owens said about LeBron James, y'all?
I don't
Say
listen
it,
to
say
nothing
it,
that
say
comes
it.
out of her mouth.
I want to hear it. After that, we go. You can go out. We go at something else.
Candace Owens
Yeah.
says, how LeBron James know about being race being in a bad place when he got millions of dollars? Like,
Well, you know what? You know what I could say about that?
She cock scared.
Yeah. I put it like this. Hey, I can't take you from nowhere. See, you must have read my mind. Hey, Candace Owens, what damn knee pads you be wearing? What's white balls you suck? Shut up.
I'm like, I'm getting sick and tired. I'm getting sick and tired of these supposed to be black people going against us, going against our own race just to make a bag.
She ain't black, in my personal opinion. She ain't claimed to be black. When she first hit the scene, she was claiming to be some sort of Asian. How's she supposed to be like representing black women now?
Hey,
all of a
yo,
sudden?
you do your
Man, if you don't get out of here with that.
She getting $1 million a pop and getting her knees dirty, man. You see her hair, man, her hair like, oh, snap, Candy, getting your hair fixed up and everything. But
Like,
you know, I do see some white stuff on the lips, but you know,
To
that's
me,
another question.
certain people didn't start getting famous until they start coming after the black people. When they started coming after black people, that's when they started to get their name out there because they know other people was going to talk about them like that and come
Yeah.
after them. And the white man was loving every bit of that too, because they love it when we can't come together.
Right. When we at each other's throats, they are all happy. They're happy as a fucking sissy in Boys Town. They love it when we are divided. As soon as we
Yeah.
start getting together, that's when they start shaking in their boots. That's when they
Yeah.
start getting worried. That's when they start throwing salt and sending infiltrators and start putting up all this talk about how this is divisive. The only thing divisive is white supremacy. Let's keep it real.
And that whole thing started with Stacey Dad too.
Stacey. Hey, hold on. I'm gonna put my mic on mute for a second. I gotta go grab something real quick.
Okay. You
Because
go.
y'all remember when Stacey Dad started coming against us because he wanted the job with CNBC.
Mm-hmm.
And she said like, well, y'all ain't never happy with what we get. Like what y'all want more? Like, I'm like, woman, like, man, Stacey Dad got on my nerves before Candace Owens really got on my nerves.
Yeah, but we have to understand there are some people, in the midst that they gonna do whatever they can to disguise what they
Keep their
need to do,
name
try
out
to
there.
throw us off. They trying to throw us off and everything. So we got to do, like I'm saying. That's why I talk about Brother Art. We got to listen to his channel. There's other channels you can listen to that I won't. If I don't forget, I'll be saying throughout this live stream that we need to listen. You're great brothers. BGS, IMBOR, and Heartless Style, and She Stacey TV, and others when I think about it, including me too. But but to the brother get back and everything, let's talk about sports a little bit and everything. You tell us the latest about sports.
The latest about sports is I just heard Giannis rejected the MVP.
Huh? He what?
He said he rejected the MVP. He didn't want it.
Why?
because I think he wanted the title more than he wanted the MVP.
Oh man, okay. What? No. I think he gonna leave Milwaukee. Something is up.
I'm just saying. I feel what he's saying, bro. Because think about it. What's more important, winning NBA title or winning MVP?
I understand that, but he should take the MVP, use that inspiration, and win the title. You know,
Like
show
he
the
said-
play, huh?
He still got to take the MVP because they voted him the MVP. Like he gonna probably still have to take it, but he don't like the fact that he didn't win a title, so he kind of rejected it. And
Well, you know, all he just need to do, take it home, use that inspiration. Listen, man, I work hard, but this is individual. Let's get the title. Use that. I would done it. I know for me, I would done it like that. You know what I'm saying? And then you know,
I look at it this way. Well, you're the reason you don't get no jump shot right now. You're the reason you're not working on your game hard enough. And that's the reason why you're not in the playoffs no more right now. Yeah, I know you got injured, but think about it. If your GM actually did some more for your team, y'all wouldn't be having these issues.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, welcome the brother back. Everything all right?
Yeah, everything good. Everything good.
Okay, good.
Like I said, I'm at work doing my thing. So yeah.
Okay.
It's like, how can I be on this and be at work at the same time? Because I'm my own boss. That's why.
Hey, wait. It was good. Well, that's good. We got our own boss. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's inspiration.
We need more. We need more people to be our own boss because working under certain people ain't gonna help it.
Word. I mean, it's like I'm trying to redirect what my sister was just on the phone with me the other day trying to get some advice on what it is that she should be doing. And I laid her out a goal, a plan that we should have been, started on a long time ago. But because we were in the states of minds that we were in at the time, we don't have a jump on it. We didn't have an idea as to what it is that we should have been doing, and everybody in my family had gone their separate ways, right? Everybody. I got my mom on the west coast, on the east coast. I got my dad on the west coast. My siblings in the middle. The family's all spread apart, right? And me being the oldest, I have the desire, the passion to want to actually resolve that. As I don't think at this critical time we need to be this far apart. I mean, we got way too much stuff going on right now to be worried about. I mean, for a vote to have this much weight to divide so many people is ridiculous. Whether or not we should be voting on what flavor of racism do you want is troubling to me. I really don't see how this is beneficial because neither one of these people have anything to offer us. Nothing. They don't have nothing on the table. Nothing in their campaigns reliquated to black people. It's always black and minorities, black and brown, black and LGBT, and black and look. Black people, we getting killed by these people in the streets, no matter what we prefer to call ourselves. Our dark skin is reason enough to kill us. You can be a gay black man and still get killed in the street the same way as a black straight man. They don't give a damn what your sexual preference is. They care if you are black or not.
Well,
I find that to be really problematic that we are arguing over what our sexuality preference is over whether or not we should be voting for somebody that probably put our daddies in jail. And I'm talking about both the Democratic elected right now or Democratic running mates right now. Both of them, in collaboration, have put more black men in jail than the police department alone. One writing policy to enforce what the other one is doing and had done while she was in her office. But yet we want to argue about whether or not we want to vote for these people or not. They don't have our best interests at heart, and they will both be the end of black people, period. So yeah, vote for them. Do your thing. I'll tell you what I'm going to be doing or won't be doing. Putting up with the bull no more. That's what I ain't pulling up with that no more.
And that's good. And I appreciate it.
I'm sorry. I can't vote for nobody. I can't vote for anybody right now. Like,
I'm just, I would be more than willing to vote. I voted for Obama the first time. The second time, well, no, I voted for him the second time. The first time I voted for, what was her name? Cynthia McKinney. I didn't vote for Barack Obama the first year. I voted for Cynthia McKinney. Does anybody know who she was? I'm pretty sure nobody really knows who she is, but she was a black woman out of California that was running for office. A black woman that ran against Barack Obama.
She didn't make it. She didn't make it to the first round, something like that, right?
No, she didn't, because she was too busy sending foreign aid help to the Gaza Strip, and they removed her from the running because she was trying to help the people that were suffering from that bull crap that we did out there, bombing their whole country. Right? Okay. I mean, like, bruh, like, she went out with a whole tanker. I mean, an oil tanker size.
So where do you live at, bro? If you don't mind asking. Where do you live? Where do you live at? What part of the United States you live at?
Oh, I'm from California. I don't mind sharing that. I'm a California kid. Yeah. I'm from the desert. I grew up in not in LA, but a sub city of Los Angeles. There's a place called Monrovia.
Oh, okay. Because right? Because we had a brother in the chat named Brother Art. He's from Cali. He's from California too.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes down to like our politics, man, you already know Los Angeles has to deal with the race gangs within our sheriff's department and police department, let alone our fire department. Nobody talks about the fire department that has their gangs and what they like to do to the black businesses in California.
Yeah,
let me shed some light on that.
Yeah,
let's shed some light on that right there. Look,
please.
Black businesses always have to abide by fire code, and if they don't meet fire code, they can't open their business. Or if they did open their business, and that fire code just so happens to be out of date, they get shut down, right? And this is a reoccurring situation for businesses across the United States, not just in Los Angeles. But what I've noticed is every time a black business opens, if they don't meet that fire code, which is just coincidence that they don't meet the fire code, they get shut down, right? And there's a business that just had, it was just in the news, what was it, last month, about a lawsuit, a continuing lawsuit over this business that was told, black-owned business that was told that they couldn't open because they didn't meet fire code, they didn't meet certain regulations, and now all of a sudden they're like cooking the books and taking money off of a certain amount of income and using it for other things. I'm like, bruh, we're missing that whole entire thing. You see these flags around here with the blue bar underneath it, and then you see another one that has a red bar. There's a good reason for that. It's because the fire department is in on it too. You wonder why California is burning right now.
Fire department seem like they like the mob. Like, if you don't pay us, we ain't gonna let you open your business.
Man, they are what the mob wishes it can be. Right? We already know Las Vegas is like, man. These people are crooked as hell. I can't even express it. I'm so enamored with the amount of garbage that we have to put up with year after year with these fire departments. And when you look at it, it's always some ex-fire chief or whatever the hell that's retired that is caught being the arson that starts the damn fire. And it's always the same areas. It's always the same areas. And I'm thinking, man, these insurance companies must be in on it too.
Hey, I'm gonna break something down to y'all guys. Years ago, there was a they had this type of thing every year called the Children's Foundation, where we give money to children who suffer from these type of diseases. We do it every year. They have like a telethon. We give like money every time the fire department collect the money to give to the children. Well, the fire chief there for the last 10 years took the money we were supposed to give to the children. He took it on himself and spent the money on himself.
All right, sounds like the same thing that the Hell's Angels were doing with the toy drives every year.
Welcome, Sheila E.
As a cover to move their guns from north to south. Finally, we got the feminine aspect being introduced in here. Always welcome, I think.
Sheila E.
Hi, guys. How you doing?
Hi, Sheila E.
Hi.
We're doing great.
So, what y'all still talking about
Goddess?
politics? We still talking about politics or what's going on?
Yeah, we talking politics. The brother,
fire department.
Yeah, he was telling us about the fire department. What's the noise in the background?
I don't have no noise in the background.
It sounds like an echo. Ooh.
Oh, no. Oh, hold on.
I'll put mine on mute.
Okay, my earphones is on now.
Okay, you good.
Y'all hear me better? Okay.
Yeah.
He was talking about the fire department.
Yeah, Callie, you go ahead and finish, bro. You go mute your mic. Oh, he must have. Let me see. Oh, he back.
Yeah, I was talking about how the fire chief here.
Oh, okay.
I was talking about how the fire chief.
Step out for a second.
Okay, go ahead, bro.
I was talking about how the fire chief for years would take stealing money from the kids. We were giving for the kid foundation and spending the money on itself.
For 10 years?
Yeah, he did that for 10 years.
Dang.
Can I say something? And see, you know why they get to do stuff like that? Because the taxpayers and the residents don't hold them accountable. See, when you don't go to those city council meetings and go to the work sections, see, every department have a budget. Every department have money given to a nonprofit organization for inner city kids. Also, they have advisory team. A lot of people don't hold them accountable. The fire chief, the police chief, the mayor, city council, board of education. A lot of people in the city and towns don't hold these people accountable. So that's why they get away with a lot of money, you know? Mm-hmm. So if someone was holding them accountable and want to know what they was doing, the receipts and everything, he wouldn't have been able to take that money that long. But see, some of us do a lot of talking and not position ourselves so we can hold these people accountable.
So, but let me ask you this question, Sheila. How about the ones don't really know the process? How do they get to know the process so they can hold these people accountable?
What you do is, just start, like I said, the first thing you want to start going to your city council meetings in the work session. The work sessions is very important because the work session is like they have like papers and their agendas on there. Mm-hmm. And then also tell you what property they're selling, with the budget and everything. And the work session also tell you each year, each department get a budget. Planning development, code and compliance, zoning, the fire department, the police department, you know. So once you sit there and you study that, and most likely less than 3 or 4 months, you'll know everything. And go online and start searching, like, what is the police department doing for the last year? The fire department. Just start doing your research on different departments and elect officials. What they vote for, what they didn't vote for. Okay, what was their budget for board education? Okay, what did they do with the money? See, these are a lot of things in the inner city community a lot of people do not address. Okay, yeah, they have all these fundraisers and stuff like that. Okay, so where's the money going? Okay, how much money do y'all raise? Okay, do y'all have a separate account every year that we could see the receipts or the budget for the money that y'all have a fundraiser? So how much do y'all raise? If y'all take money out of that fundraiser, where it's going to? Can we see the receipts? See, that's when you start holding people accountable for different stuff. That's just my input.
Okay, anybody want to follow that up?
Sorry about that. I'm at work myself, wiping down these tables. I feel what she's saying. Like I tried to do some research, but basically I've been trying. They don't tell us where to really go. They just give us some like. I'm calling on the phone like, how can I find out where this money going? And they keep calling me to ask me to donate money. And they give me some type of like go to this website, go to this place, like. So I'm not like I am not giving money unless I really know where it's really going.
Okay, heck about feedback. Okay, the city council meeting, you have 5 minutes to speak on the agenda. Whatever happened for the agenda, they'll tell you. When you go to the city council meeting, you have 5 minutes to speak. It could relate to the agenda on the work session that was last week, because usually the work session be on a Thursday and the city council meeting be on a Monday, but it depends on what state you're in. So I'm just saying they're giving away this property costs $150,000. So I need to know, okay, if it's A, B agenda, okay, who is buying this property? Is this an individual and stuff like that? Now, also, you could have just in general questions. So on that mic, you could also ask the fire department. My interest is, okay, y'all have fundraiser and y'all have all this money. I would like to know, as a taxpayer, as a resident in this county, town, wherever you live at, where's the money going? How much money have y'all collected in the last year? And if y'all taking money at that account, can we see receipts? Those are questions you have to ask at your city council meeting. Anything you want to know concerning anything, you answer the questions at your city council meeting, because it's being recorded. And now, you can't go to your city council meeting, they're doing things on Zoom now.
Well, right now we can't go to city council meeting because we still protesting in front of the city hall and the courthouse and all the other government areas down here in Louisville. And even nobody don't even really come to the Zoom council meetings anyway.
And you know what? And that's another thing too. And I was one of those that had my bullhorn fighting and stuff like that. Let me tell you something. Y'all doing all that? They got 6 or 7 meetings. They're so organized. While y'all sitting up there fighting on the outside, you know how many things they're passing, properties they're giving away and stuff while y'all doing all that? Y'all have to position yourself on different boards and get people to start running for elect official seats. Get people to run for city council, get people to run for mayor, start having training your young boys to be a police officer, work for the fire department. Start positioning yourself, and that's what we have to do. All that roof and the raft and all that, that's nothing, because meanwhile you want to sit at the table so you could pass some laws and policies, so our future for our kids. Because doing a bullhorn
Sound like
and all
you're saying
that,
infiltrate the infiltrators.
Yes, you got to. While y'all playing chess, while y'all playing checkers, they're playing chess. See, I've been in politics and I learned from the best. So what I do is now I have the people who do the groundwork, and I'm sitting at the table with the Congress passing law. They just passed a law today. My city official called me. First ever in Hudson Valley, we having a walk. My cousin, she passed away for stomach cancer. I put a proposal. I gave it last week. They just passed it. Now next month we will be having the walk, a cancer walk, for the first time ever in Hudson Valley. So my thing is, we some smart people, put it on paper, type it. A proposal is simple. Brainstorm, put it together, and bring it to your elected officials. If you want some laws, you want some policies, you want a nonprofit organization, get a grant writer, get you a team, and just start doing different stuff. That's all we had to do. We had to position ourselves.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody else?
Sounds like what that sounds like the thing that Ice Cube is proposing right now. Him and his little circle right now have a policy that he was discussing with Dr. Boyce Watkins not too long ago. As a matter of fact, just the other day they were talking about it. Yesterday and the day before that. As a matter of fact, this whole week. Now that I think about it, but yeah, there's a policy that they're trying to put in front of Congress to get passed, or for any of the elected officials to actually recognize, and none of them will acknowledge it. None of them will sign it. No one will even look at it. But they're trying. The more and more they put into it, the more it's going to be harder and harder to ignore. As far as I can see, it's a sound piece of document.
And that's that's another thing. Go ahead. I'll be quiet.
Go ahead. I'm listening, Queen.
Yeah. No, I was saying that's why. Okay, because I sat on the Democrat committee for 10 years, and I'm good. I ran for city council and board education, and I ran against some big dogs. So my numbers pretty good. So I did pretty good for the first time I ran both times, and I always tell people, always have a relationship with your elected officials. All my elected officials, even Governor Cuomo, I had their numbers on my phone. So now I have a team, and remember, we never got 40 acres in Mute. So we talk a lot about
just
that.
Did a couple months ago.
Yeah, so that's why we got that at the Congress, and now what they're doing, they're coming up with pieces gonna fit us, education, economic, because you look at it, what they did to us is priceless. It's priceless. And no, I don't live in the past, but the end of the day is our ancestors have built this country, and yet they got nothing. And yet in the inner cities, they passed a law that where Mexicans come in, sanctuary cities, where the police came and stopped them, they could drive taxis and cars without driver's license. And we sit here and we let people do things like that and don't say nothing. I was the only one in City Hall, because a lot of guys that helped me, they passed away. So it's just like, really, when you get a good team and really work, let me tell you something. When I found out about some people, they crack under pressure. They're not that organized like everybody think they are neither. They're not. And they're not that bright like everybody think they are. They're not. And what they do, they try to use the black females against us. Go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. I mean, you're hitting like all the right talking points. Because they're not that creative when it comes down to half of this stuff. I mean, it could be picked apart and looked at, scrutinized, and seen for what it really is. Because they can't come up with nothing creative. Everything that they come up with is something that we had already created for ourselves. Only it's been refashioned and rebranded for themselves.
Yeah.
I'm talking about all the way down to the public school system is a Black invention. Right? We did that.
Right.
That was our invention.
Mm-hmm.
And then they repackage it and rebrand it, and now we're sitting at the bottom of it. Like, what's going on with that? Like, what? I can't even begin to start talking about that. But yeah, I'm feeling this. I'm gonna go ahead and shut up and keep listening.
Now, I think the problem is that we gotta be around the right people. I think what it is that throughout the years, and I'm not talking about y'all because y'all are the right people, but we got a lot of people that have PhDs that knows a lot. They do not want to interact of the whole of us. I'm talking about of the collective. You know what I mean? And I feel that's the problem too. Like what we talk about collectively, and I think that's refreshing for me personally because we do have people that looks like us that's willing to make a change. And I think and you know when you get to know me, brother, I always mention status. And Shirley, you got to know when I say status. And I think that is the problem that some of us refuse to understand that. Because also you can see it through our social media. Now we in YouTube. Now you can see that. You can see the conversation is over there. It could be some good points. But is they willing, I'm just using me as example, is they willing to come over here so we can still talk about it? No. But they expect us to come over there. So how are we supposed to get things done when you got a conversation over here? But they so I said that we in tribal mindset instead of collective mindset. Does that make sense?
It do. And you know what is sad about us too? We need to start being more territory where we at because we let everybody come in our NSC and build everything and we have nothing. We have no generation wealth. So I look at other races and they're so territory that we can't just come in Chinatown and build. We just can't go into Mexico and build. We can't go in different Africa and build. We can't go in different areas. We couldn't even live in different areas back in the 60s and the 50s. But we really need to step out our game. But I'm be honest, and I hate to say this, I think it's the end for us because you look at the Mexicans now, they even over us. You look at the Latinos now, they even over us. I mean, we fighting stuff that our ancestors fighting, and we should have been oversee this. But one thing I found out about some of us, once we get in a position, we look down at one another. Instead of if I get a position, then when I was in the state, I got like over 15 people in the state. Some people, when they get in, they don't get other Black people in. But look at the Latinos. Once they get in, they get their whole family in there, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So we had to get at that mentality, stop being the crabs in the barrel, and stop being our brother and our sister keepers. Because it's not about competition; it's about building generational wealth. But Black people don't have that. And start buying land, you know, and start being and teach your kids about education. You could wear a pair of $150 sneakers, but yet your child don't even know how to multiply. Come on, subtract. Come on.
Yeah, that is true. I think that we gotta teach our people more about economics. We gotta teach more, and I know there are some people do not like to talk about, but we gotta talk more about economics. We gotta talk more about our history too. And I know there are some people that why are we talking about you wanted the past because it's connect right now. And we do got people that did try. We got people did stand up, like people talking about, oh yeah, there's a civil rights movement back in the 60s. There's a civil rights movement was 30, 40 years before that. But we don't talk about that history. You know? Like I forgot the teacher. I forgot this brother. I think it's Vernon Johns. Vernon Johns was part of that first civil rights movement back in the 30s. You know, nobody don't like to talk about him. Talking about he was talking about he's reading a lot. He was reading the Bible, but he was telling about how to stand up to against how you stand up to the white man, to talk about economics, grow our fruit, to have our home. And he the one really introduced Martin Luther King like to these churches, you know, and say why he left and everything. He died broke. He died, I think it was 60. I think he was died in the 60s when he was like 75. But he was part of the first civil rights movement that nobody don't like to talk about.
But you know what, too? And I'm be honest. See, the government designed to keep us oppressed too. And that's why I said that they want us to think, because I had went to a black university, and he started it, I guess, in prison or whatever. And it was Martin University in Indiana. Y'all could look it up. And my professor, they was teaching me a lot. I didn't even know that slaves made the White House.
Sure.
I didn't know that New York was one of the states that was real prejudiced, like South Carolina. Where I live at upstate, don't you know our ancestors had graveyards over 20 acres? Don't you know that I had mentioned it to my elected officials and I want to tear down to a museum for our ancestors? They built a school and then a courthouse. And then they started digging up and you could see the bones. Our ancestors, they had chains on them. You had the women holding their babies. But my thing is, okay, that's disrespect. Because one thing I know that the education system and the criminal system work hand in hand. How can you tell? But one thing, they put our kids in special education, some of them, and they put them on medication. And then how can you tell by 5th grade if a child, a black male, gonna be in prison? So my thing is, y'all work together. Y'all had the audacity to build that on our ancestors' graveyard. So I said to my elected officials, no, what we're going to do is we're going to make that into a museum. I said, that's very disrespectful. So if y'all disrespect us, what make you think we should have respect for y'all? We're not asking for nothing. We demanding. Y'all owe us a debt. Y'all gave the Chinese theirs. Y'all gave the Jews theirs. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So
I know what you're talking about. Like when I was in school, they put me in a learning disability class. To me, I wasn't that dumb. To me, I wasn't even that dumb. I kind of knew things that nobody else knew. And they make it seem like I would have learning disability. I was so dumb that I didn't know nothing. I felt that kind of ruined my school days, kind of ruined me really learning the truth about everything else.
Mm-hmm.
And it do that. But like I said, we learn different than them. You can't just teach a person one way. You got some people visual, hands-on, you know? We don't learn, like, you can't just say, okay, you're going to do it this way or that way, their way. Because you got to realize our ancestors couldn't read or write. And they found you reading or writing, they would kill you.
Yeah, I know about that.
So my thing is, my thing is, okay, y'all designed to oppress us. But it's so fun how y'all oppress, the more y'all oppress us, we still here, we still rise. See, we still make a little nothing out of something, you know? We still strong. So that's why I say there's greatness in us. And see, they want us to think that when they brought us over here, they was, had no money. Let me tell you something. My professor told me, that's just like when they had put them in slaves, there was kings and queens. That's just saying a state of New York, the governor, and he a king. If I take you down and I take all your people with you, there wasn't like no dumb people they brought over there, no ships and stuff. They want us to think that. I mean, why they hiding our language from us? Why they strip our history from us? But then when the Latinos and Mexicans come over here, they tell them, don't forget your background. But yet, they erase everything from us. That's why I know it's greatness in us. It's greatness.
Like you talking about the history of New York. Y'all know the history behind Central Park.
I do.
I heard a little bit about that.
I heard about it. Yeah, I know about it. They used that Central Park used to be Seneca Village. Used to be our people used to live there. And what
Mhm.
happened was the U.S. government through New York said that they was illegal. They're illegal, so they end up throwing them out. And then that's when Central Park was born.
And even the Statue of Liberty. Look how they made her.
hmm
How she went to black to white.
Yeah,
You
that
know?
wasn't even the first design for Statue of Liberty at first.
It was for France. Yeah, she came over here. Yeah, she was a slave for France. And she came over here.
And plus, they don't like put. They still kill her today for being smart, being smarter than the white man. Because people knows how Michael Jackson died, but they know that he got murdered, just like Prince got murdered. Because they were too smart for their own good. They wanted to get rid of those two.
And that's why I just try. Now I try whatever I talk, I try to apply it to, my elected officials and stuff. Because like I told them, y'all wasn't playing with our ancestors, and I'm not playing with y'all. Because we the dream. They wanted to dream of. They wanted to drink at the same water fountain. They wanted to go into the same stores, the same restaurants, the same school. Everything they dream, we are their dream today.
They
So
still
I said, go ahead.
they still got color water fountains here in my state.
And I don't see why. I mean, see stuff like that. I mean, like, why is our people not saying nothing? You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't have that in New York. They wouldn't have that in New York. Certain things we just don't let them have here. I mean, and then you can make a change. We in our city, we made a change. Like I told my mayor, he said, "Sure," I said, "You're gonna be the first black mayor." He the first black mayor. We had all black officials, elected officials. We wasn't playing. I ran. We said everybody run. That's what y'all do. Everybody run. Everybody run for the ones who know the politics, or whatever. Run for city council. That's what we started doing. Started beating them out their own game.
Yeah, let me welcome Vernon King to the chat. Welcome. Thanks for coming. Appreciate that. You can keep on going.
I'm just saying that, some things we just saw, and I get it because I was one of those that I was married at a young age. I had to take care of my family. I had to take care of my husband. And some people don't have time to go to city council meeting and stuff like that or whatever. But if you can, just get a team and just talk. Okay, get one on the housing board. Get one on board education. Get one on a zoning. Start presenting yourself different places. Then we come together. Okay, so what such and such meeting? That's what we started doing. It was having so many meetings. Me and my friend, we was going like 4 or 5 meetings. Me and her was so tired. Then you had the guys, they was going to certain meetings. They're so organized because there's a lot of them. Because with this, see, when it's set up, this set up for generations. When they build those jails and prison, that's for money. What land you think they're building no jails and prison on? Farmers? Farmers not making money like they're supposed to. So what they do, they build a jail on that land. And see, we had to start thinking like them.
Yeah.
Another thing we got, like I love what you're saying on Silver E, but we also got to teach our people how to speak at those city council meetings too. Like some people may not know how to speak when they go to a city council meeting.
That's why we have meetings to educate people. You have a meeting. Take advantage of the free conference call line. That hold up to 150 people. Different states or whatever. Google who your mayor, who your city council, who your governor. The Republican, Democrat. Everything, I mean, you know what? It's so easy now. Everything you know, only thing you have to do is just Google it.
Yeah.
So there's no excuse. And speaking is just like speaking and communicating to somebody.
Yeah.
You're just asking questions. When you go to that work session, study that paper. You know, study the paper. They're going to say, okay, you got 3 minutes or 2.5 minutes just on the agenda. The agenda means anything on that paper. Okay, then you got 2 or 3 minutes on public relation, anything you want to talk about. So that means anything. If a tree fell on your house, or you feel that police is attacking the community too hard, anything concerning anything in your city or town, whatever you could speak on. It's that easy. Well, I can't say it's that easy because some people may be easy to me, not to you. But we really had to educate our youth. Register to vote. Make sure that they register to vote by the time they're 18. What party they want to be in, you know? Make sure they just don't vote every 4 years. Because see, a lot of people don't know those judges seats, those county seats, and those mayors, because really national don't really affect us. It's where you live at affect you. Those local laws, those county laws, and those state laws, that's what affects us. And see, some people don't even vote only 4 years. Okay, state of Indiana. I was in the state of Indiana. Black people got tired of them kicking down their doors and shooting them. So they made a law that the police knock down their door, they have a right to shoot them. We could do it. We can. Okay, just like the gun laws. When they came up with the gun laws, why? Because the Black Panther knew their rights. So they said we could carry guns too. So with this start back in 1976, now what they did, if you got felony, you can't carry a gun. Turn that around.
Oh, thank you, Vernon King, for the donation. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. If you want to get on the panel, you can. Thank you so much for the donation. Appreciate that. Thank you. You go ahead, Sheila. Thank you.
You know, and I was talking to my Congress, and he was saying, trying to sidetrack me. Oh, guess what? Because I was telling him about the a proposal. Okay, I would like to have a debate about it before election time. Oh, we got something great we just put to the table. They're going to make marijuana legal. Okay, that don't have nothing to do with me. I don't smoke that. I said, y'all, to me, I said, so the first thing y'all need to do, the ones who went to jail with marijuana, those need to be the first one to get their license, because they could sell it when it wasn't legal. Imagine when it could, how much money they can make when it's legal. Oh, we're gonna do that. Oh, I'm gonna make sure you do that.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm holding him accountable for that. But I talked enough. Y'all go ahead.
No, that's all right. No, we keep on going on.
But I'm just saying, it's just a lot.
Like, cause you're teaching us something right now.
Yeah, I'm just saying, you know, and every year the Governor Cuomo have a New Year party, and he says, Sheila, whatever I have, wherever I'm at, you can always come. So when he around the area, I make sure I said, my name don't have to be on there. Just telling Sheila here, they put me in the seat or whatever, you know. Just having a relationship with them, you know, because at the end of the day, it's not about us. It's about our babies, the future, you know. It's about looking out for one another. And I get it. Some of them, yeah, that's every race. Some people just don't want none of that life, you know, or just lazy, whatever. But still, the ones who working hard want something out of life, that's who we fighting for, you know.
That's true. Yeah,
so I know this ain't let the community burn or whatever. You got people who work so hard, and then you got the people, they like, I just got somebody just built the house next door. Now you just hear the dog, they got just the barking, just the barking.
Yeah, again, thank you, Vernon. He said supporting my people. I really appreciate that. And I want hopefully you can support hopefully you can sub to my channel and you can come back and hopefully one day if you want to join the panel you can. I really appreciate that. Brother Vernon King. Thanks for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Really it goes to show that what I'm trying to do is working. You know what I mean? It makes me feel real good to have Sheila up there. And my brother from Louisville, Kentucky. That's right. Home of the great from our great champion, the great Muhammad Ali. That stick up for our people. So Vernon King, with your donation, we got Sheila. Her birthday's tomorrow. Yeah, thank you.
Yes, I'll be 53. Yes.
She be 53. And brothers, let me tell you one thing. She look good too. Woo-hoo. As I say. And then we got our brother from Louisville, Kentucky, Muhammad Ali town. That's right. That's right. So I'm around greatness. That's right. I'm around greatness. We're gonna keep this going. But I want to ask y'all a question. Matter of fact, before I ask the Sheila, do you know sports?
I love sports, but I fell off the last 2 years. I really have.
Okay.
I like my team. I have the Giants.
Yeah,
that's my football team. My basketball team, I know, sucks. The Brooklyn Nets. I have my hockey team, which is the New York Rangers.
They're gonna be probably the greatest team next year.
I know. I have my hockey team, the New York Rangers, and I have my baseball team, the New York Mets.
The Mets?
The Mets.
Yes.
Yo, I'm from New York. I'm from New York, but my team is the Yankees. But
I know. I just can't. I don't know. My grandmother used to love the Yankees.
But I fuck with the Mets. New York. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell y'all. I support all New York sports teams. I do. I'm a New Yorker. I have to. But okay, we the Mets. Okay, okay. Well, I know we won the championship in '69 and in '86, and I'm gonna tell y'all like this: the Mets could have won more titles if they. Man, I ain't want to say nothing. They could have been the team of the '80s.
Brooklyn, we were able to beat Brooklyn, man. They're coming up because they came a long way.
Yeah, man. But I have to support my Knicks. Knicks is Brooklyn's my second pro team. I'm sorry, I can't.
I was with the Boston Celtics. And then when came on, and yes. I was. They were awesome. I'm telling you. In 2000, so when they had split up and went to Brooklyn Nets, that's when I went over there, and I was like, God. Then when they split, I said, I'm not going nowhere else. Yeah. So yeah.
Oh, yeah, man. You cannot pay me to play Boston.
Boston Celtics was awesome in 2000.
I'm talking about the city. I ain't talking to play. You cannot pay me go to Boston. No way. Mm-mm.
Well, they're good for Boston University. Good for engineering school.
I heard about that.
Yeah, my daughter was gonna go there for internship for the summer, but that's when they had that bomb with the bombing, so she didn't go.
Okay. I want to start this conversation. Me and Sheila, we talk about this, and brother, I want to get you into this. I want to know how you feel about this now. As we know, the election comes up and everything. They talk about genders and stuff like that. And what do you think the election? I mean, I know they're not really concentrating on us black men. They started doing it right now, but they really not really into it and stuff like that. But throughout the years, you say they put you in special ed, right?
Yeah.
Okay. When you was in special ed, I don't know. I can't. Well, I don't know. It was different. When they put you in special ed, did they treat the young girls better than the young black boys?
I thought we were both treated the same way. So.
Oh, it was different for me. So it was different for me. Okay.
Like it almost seemed like when they put me in special ed, it almost seemed like they were trying to teach me stuff from kindergarten that I already knew.
Oh wow. Oh, what's this? Let me get my brother. Let me get my brother back. There he is. All right, Sheila E. Get Sheila E back. Okay. Oh. Okay.
Bam, we
We
back.
got the brother. We got the brother back. Okay. Brother from Cali. That's awesome.
Wish I was in Cali right now. I'm up here, god awful Washington.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Handling my business up here and whatnot.
That's good.
But
Glad you came. Glad you came back, brother. Glad you came back. That's
I was
all right. We
hoping I
having a
wasn't missing
pretty.
it. What I was missing?
And
Not
plus,
really. Well, go. Matter of fact, I gotta get something. Tell them what I gotta get something. I'll be right back.
All
and
right.
plus,
No,
to
we were
me,
just talking about positioning ourselves like into, getting to know the boards and the budget. But we saying that while you was here, the budget of the police department, fire department, plan development, code and zoning, just to get to know what's going on in your city, your town, whatever. Start going to the city council meetings, the work sessions, start holding your elected officials accountable, get a relationship with them, start educating your community, register them to vote. Also teach them what to say when they go to the city council meeting, board education meetings. I'm wrapping it up for you.
All right. Sounds like a good idea to me. My father was on the board of council back when I was a kid. So yeah, I'm definitely in agreement with that. As a matter of fact, I still every once in a while I'll pop in on the city level meetings because they put that out on free broadcasting channels. If you can't be there physically, they broadcast it so that you can at least be able to watch it. Now, I watch
That's
it
correct.
so I can keep up with. I watch it so I can keep up with the city codes, right? So I know
Yes.
what areas to be in, why it's taking so long for certain areas to be developed, things of that nature. Uh,
You're going in and
one
out.
thing that this I think I'm running into some bad area right now.
So
Can you
would
hear me
you
okay?
talking more like
Am I still going?
zoning then? Yeah, I hear you now. You're pretty good.
Yeah, I was talking about zoning and whatnot, but what's being added to the city? They're building a lot of warehouses, right? And which is increasing the amount of income that the city, as far as the citizens, are able to allocate for themselves, which is good. There's more money in the town. There's building up that, but there's also a level of gentrification that is in process with that as well. And I noticed that every time we get that buzzword gentrification coming into your city,
Yeah, they did that in the 60s
that's
in Manhattan and New
when
York. Yeah.
they start
kind of like busting.
rolling out black folks.
Yeah.
They did that in the 60s. LA right now, there are whole communities. Yeah, there's whole communities that vouchers to move outside of Los Angeles County. Anywhere. I mean, you get a
And that's again, not holding your elected officials accountable and get to know the budget, because a lot of people don't know the money that they get in the inner cities.
voucher,
It's from black
this
people. The
voucher, and
killing,
it's
the
covering your expenses to move out of the cities, right?
But that's not good though, because like I said again, the people is not standing up, saying that, and holding the elected officials accountable. Because if you get 2,000 signatures, you can write a petition and give it to your governor, and really start doing press release and stuff. And see, it's a lot of stuff a lot of people don't understand. One thing I found out about them, that they don't like to be exposed on the paper or the news, because once you get that press release, And then in the paper, that's it. And see, that's why they get to run the. Why would you put a warehouse in cities and stuff and all that pollution and stuff in the air? And then dirty water, that come with poison in water, a lot of stuff, you know? So there's a lot of stuff when you put no warehouses in the inner city. Why would you put a warehouse in the inner city around buildings where people live at? Pollution.
Our council members' excuse for putting those warehouses in was to raise the economy of the city, right? To raise it, to give opportunities to the locals to be able to have a higher paying living wage. Living wage didn't get met. All the people that got hired were outside of the city first before they started hiring anybody within the city. So I'm like,
that sound like New York.
Yeah, and that's by design. That's what I'm tripping on right there. Is like, how is it that this cookie cutter format is making it to all of these cities without anybody actually seeing what's really going on? This gentrification process is a lot deeper than people actually know, and that's how we lose ground. They don't need us for any of this stuff. They don't need us to run our cities.
I think we're gonna have another new Supreme Court justice because Ruth Bader Ginsburg just passed away.
But like I said again, go ahead.
Somebody from the Supreme Court just passed away a couple minutes ago from cancer.
But what had the Supreme Court been doing for us?
What's the name?
Nothing.
What's the name again?
Ruth, the female Supreme Court justice woman, Ruth.
So she passed away.
Oh, she's old. I remember. Yeah, she's old. She's Republican.
She's been
right?
there for like 40-some years.
Yeah, close to 50.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about who they gonna get to replace her because
I bet I guarantee it's Republican.
Yeah, because they said Trump already set up some judges.
Yeah.
Because Trump has been picking people who ain't right for that Supreme Court justice right now. And Trump,
but ain't nobody saying that. Ain't nobody challenging him and stuff. Y'all so focused on this and that or whatever. Like I said, the end of the day is they're playing chess, and some people playing checkers, and y'all not positioning yourself for different stuff, and people doing a lot of talking, no action. That's how we holding out like official accountable. We want to know the budget and everything.
What I'm gonna say this, we already know what Republican is, but I could tell you this, and I want to get your opinion. I want to get your opinion on this. If the Democrats get the White House, and they get both, I'm saying they give like both branches, it's not like we're gonna be out of the way anyway. It's not like the black people us as a people gonna benefit anyway, because you gotta think about it. Philip Joe talking about he gonna get the LGBT, they gonna get their rights. So you know what that means? That means it's gonna be more. It's gonna be more homosexuals more than ever to have these propeller courts. Also, it's gonna spread down to the city and state. Then you're gonna have much more pedophiles come out the woodwork, especially women. Then our young boys is getting molested by women. You know, me and Sheila, we talked about that.
Yeah,
that. And then so that means our boys is going to be much more. They're gonna be much more. They're gonna be much more they can get right now. I'm not saying they're not getting our little girls, because they are. But I'm just saying that then our black families is going to be threatened.
But why? Okay, it go back again to the basic. It don't have to, because what have the Democrat been doing for the inner city? Nothing. You look at every inner city Democrat, dirty and nasty sidewalks, condemned buildings. The roads is horrible, garbage everywhere. The Democrats in the city is horrible, and let's keep it real. What have the Democrats done for the people? Nothing.
Nothing.
So
That's
it's
what I'm
not
saying.
about the party. To me, it's not about the party. It's about the individual. Whoever I feel is best interest for my county, my state, my town, my city, that's what I'm voting for. I left the Democrat Party a couple of years ago, and I was on there faithfully. And believe me, they were not for blacks. It's all about position, power and position.
So it's definitely about a complete and total agenda against black people. I take a lesson from something I've noticed in my neighborhood, and not just in my neighborhood, to be honest with you. It's actually something that I see all over the place, but specifically that we have a problem with what our cities look like, what our neighborhoods look like. And we notice that, I'm pretty sure you're in everybody's neighborhood here, you have two things that happen during the week. You have a trash day, and you have a day where the street sweeper comes along and sweeps your neighborhood. If you have that, depending on how big of a city you live in.
You true,
Right.
we do.
Now, what I've noticed, just on general, yeah, go ahead.
I gotta go, guys. My mother's gonna call me. I gotta speak to her.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for coming, brother.
All right.
All right.
Nice meeting you. Enjoy your weekend.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, go ahead, brother.
All right, so, all right, my point was, I'll try to cut it down a little bit. Is that even with the manner in which that job, it leave a bigger mess in our cities than they do in the higher income cities, the little towns that actually make a higher income in their households get more care taken when it comes to their how their garbage cans are treated. I mean, just for that, I've been in both sides of these neighborhoods, and I see like even the care taken in that job alone is different, and that's where I see where a problem could be solved by handling it ourselves. Removing not removing the whole need, because they're going to do it anyway. They're going to collect their dollar bills anyway. But if a Hispanic family can get together and put money away for a truck for somebody else in their family to go and collect recycling in their neighborhood, I mean, that cleans up a good percentage of the waste that's in that neighborhood, right? So if we applied that to ourselves and did that same sort of thing, right? They actually have, there's a government, if I'm not mistaken, there's a stipend where you actually have to be, the city has to pay you for your service when you do that, on top of the fact that you're already recycling, right? You're providing a service for the city that they don't have to cover, so they pay you a small amount for what it is that you do. Same thing goes with potholes. If you see a pothole on your street and you go and buy a little asphalt from Home Depot and fill it, and you have that receipt and you turn it into the city, they have to pay you for your service on top of the materials that you used. Right? I've noticed that Hispanic people do that in their neighborhoods a lot. I didn't even really pay attention to it until
we do it here. Let me tell you something.
It was some dude in a reflective jacket.
But you know what? See, I'm gonna be honest. See, they keep on saying that Spanish people do it. Don't you know how many? We don't have to do it, because if something happened to my car, the city gonna pay for anybody's car, any potholes, because y'all supposed to been on have money to fix those potholes. We shouldn't have to take nothing out of our money and fix nothing. And which the money the Spanish getting,
right,
those
exactly,
contracts, and not for them anyway, it's for the blacks. And see, that's another problem we have too. They had people coming here, and I had to stop a whole block because they had people coming from Connecticut contract here for upstate New York, and they had no blacks. So I told them, And the mayor didn't get no works because the contract said they're supposed to have 6 or 7 black young boys working, and it didn't. And see, they always want us to think that we're not doing nothing. It ain't that we don't want to do this, we don't do that. They block everything we do. I sat at the table where they had money for blacks, young boys who got killed. Young boys did arrest and stuff and gave it to the Puerto Ricans, gave it to the Mexicans. The money they're getting is for blacks. And they're not giving it back to the blacks. They're not doing nothing. So, yeah, the Spanish should do that. Let me tell you something. It's not coming out the Spanish money. They go to the Catholic Church and they give them stuff to do that. So don't be fooled. They got it. Let me tell you something. Behind those Spanish and Mexicans is a lot of Caucasian helping them. I seen it. I'm telling you. You ever go to a Catholic church and you see a lot of Mexicans and a lot of Latinos there. How you think they get a lot of restaurants and stores and stuff in the inner city? And that's why I say I know a lot.
I know exactly how they're coming in. I mean, when you go outside, you look at your freeway, and you see these quote unquote Spanish tour buses that are picking up people and they're in the tourism business. And I say that with air quotes. And you see that these buses are running the same lines as Greyhound buses, where these people are essentially buying tourist buses, and they're going across the border and coming back. But they're on a tourism sightseeing expedition. You can't stop them from doing tourism.
You're right.
But these tourist buses are bringing.
Remember the Chinese bus? Every time you turn around, they get killed. They just and you could go from New York to North Carolina on a Chinese bus for $75, and it'd be like 150 people on that bus. They'd be packed.
It's stinking.
And these are migrant workers getting on these tourism buses and going to these new age plantations where they're working. Now, mind you, I don't mind that they got this hustle going on. I applaud it. Is working the system. But
I don't. I'm gonna disagree. I had to do some pushback. I don't.
Well, yeah. I mean, I expected it because that's how I phrased it. I phrased it so that I can get the pushback.
Only reason why I'm saying that because they could do that, but when it comes to blacks, we got to go through all this paperwork and they still ain't giving us nothing. When we trying to do something decent, you try to get a building to build something and they put zoning, or you can't do this, you can't do that. They always put stumbling blocks. I'm telling you what I know. I'm not saying it. I'm telling you know how many landlords had to come and get me and my friend. She worked for Call and Compliance that we had to crush the city council so they could start building their buildings and stuff for they want to do for low income people. You know how many times we had to fight the city and not really fight them, but just threaten them. Like not like threat, just like, you know what? That contractors is for low income people, such and such. Why is this money going? I mean, a lot of stuff they do. And it's really, I mean, it's sold our waterfront. Why would you sell the waterfront where you could rent it for 50 years, 150 years to get revenue? When every 5 years, the restaurant changed their name so they don't have to pay taxes. See, it's a lot of stuff they do.
Right. But then that's the very same thing that they do to the apartment complexes where they pass it off. It changes hands before the end of the year where you're paying rent at an apartment complex. And now it's under new management, and it's consistently under new management every year to every 2 years. And you're wondering, like, okay, well, why did the bank change? Why did the name change? Who's in charge of this? It's them working that same system that is putting the stumbling blocks in front of us. So I understand exactly what you're saying. I'm just trying to shed light on the bull that is there.
I know.
And how that we can actually be like Neo, not to drop names or nothing like that, and avoid the BS that we're confronted with. these people are working the system and they're playing ignorant because they don't know the system and they just do it anyway. And okay, they impound this bus. Okay, we got it from the auction anyway. We're gonna go back and for the money that we already made, we're gonna buy another bus, and they can keep that one.
And I know, I'm gonna be honest too. And I know it's about blacks, but then you go, you know what? Because I had biracial sisters, and then you get some Caucasians. They're not fortunate too. They're going through the same thing we're going through too, because they don't have money.
That's exactly right. They find themselves at the shit end of the stick, just like the rest of us.
It was the first slaves.
But I don't have any remorse necessarily for them, because how did you, in my opinion, how did you mess up your white privilege? First off, how did you mess that up? Right, you already got an advantage, and you done messed it up. Now you can't.
The has-nots. The has and the has-nots.
It's the haves and the have-nots, and they are definitely, because of their skin tone, they are the haves, and it's obvious. And I hate to bring it up that way, but technically, brown people don't qualify as being black either. They're minority, yes, but that minority group is still considered white. Mm-hmm. Which puts us at the very bottom of the rung again. I'm just bringing that out.
We are the bottom.
We are.
Right. And what the cold part is if you want to just throw the number game back out there, and I hate doing that, but
no, go ahead.
You look at the poverty line is $37,000 a year.
Yeah.
Right. That's a nothing. Minimum. That's nothing. That's a minimum wage job. If you work at McDonald's,
you gotta buy what?
You barely make that, right? Mm-hmm. But that is where the poverty line
you gotta get a townhouse. Make sure you have good credit. You can't get no decent house.
A
HUD house, Habitat house,
a HUD house, and there's a big problem with the HUD too, where people are actually gaming the system of that, but I'll get into that later.
I'll tack to that, the Habitat. I'll do that too. But there's another one that's getting over. Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that if you don't make 37, you're not even qualified as being impoverished. Mm-hmm. You don't even qualify to be poor. Like what? Like I hate to laugh at that, but that is on a whole deeper level, in my opinion, that if you don't make that amount, you don't even qualify for the benefits of being poor. You have to make that or more in order to even get the stipends to be able to qualify for this stuff. So we're looking at a bigger problem than what we're even remotely aware of. Well, at least most of them. I'm not everybody. I'm just speaking broadly here, because it's something I came to a realization of. I made at one point. I was working at McDonald's just like everybody else probably was working at some fast food place, but I only made I barely made 20 to 25, and I was barely able to pay for my community college.
I'm not even going to. I consider myself, because I retired. It had made me retire at an early age, and I don't even get my full pension until I'm 55. So I consider myself no class,
right?
Because I was making.
You don't even qualify as the class in a class if you don't make a certain amount of money. Like, you're not even in the class, like, bruh.
I put myself in no class because I'm not even making over 50,000. So I make over 35,000. I make over 45,000. But I consider that no class. When you consider that, okay, you retire, and I retire early, so I decided not to get my full pension until I'm 55. So I took a cut until I'm 55. But I could still borrow or whatever. But still, me, it's by myself, my kids or whatever, they're grown. I still consider that no class. And everybody laughed at me and said, yeah, you don't have no car payment or whatever, everything is paid for, but still, that's still no money.
Right. I mean, because if you just so happen to have some like drive time, mortgage payment, car payment, there goes half of your income
right there.
right there
Mhm.
by itself.
Mhm.
By itself, there's half of your income, right? And then you have to be able to afford an apartment. Then the apartment you have to, in order to even
And I
qualify,
live
you
in
have to
Durham.
make 3 or 4 times the amount it to even qualify to get into the place.
And then especially like if you really live in a renting apartment like I do, if you do not have gas light included, forget about it. So you gotta be careful how to use water. Then the lights and all like that. And then it's
Well, I have a
then
condominium, so it's,
yeah, but I'm saying, but even then, but I'm saying like it seems like everything that we have is shrinking, and
yeah.
it's not getting better. It's it's
Right.
like even
And see,
for renting.
I'm
How you
glad
can
you
buy a
said that because
house?
that goes right back into what I was trying to see if I can get change the trajectory of what we were talking about to try to bring something up. If you notice, like not only is everything getting smaller, but even from the products you buy in the stores are getting smaller, but the prices are still remaining the same.
Yeah,
I thought it
Right?
was me. I'm gonna ask y'all a question.
Nah, bruh,
no,
Wait a
no,
that is
no,
minute.
he's
set up.
right. No,
What
he's
about
right.
the
No,
beef? Do beef don't it taste funny now? Like different stuff
Yeah,
don't
I
it
can tell
it's
you
taste?
exactly
smaller.
why it's tasting funny. That because Monsanto has been trying to push in that Beyond Beef, and they've been doing it for years already.
Oh.
Yeah, and at the same time, see, my late father was a chef, right? So I know about the food business and the restaurant business. If you know back in the days, like you get the meat was good, a vegetable was good, you get a full plate. If you notice now when you go to a restaurant, everything is like mini plate. So you might as well make it as a saucer. So instead you had a full course meal, you really eating the appetizer. So that's how they manufactured it. That's how they cook the food and everything. And you know what they do? They jack the prices up. So that means like if you get a plate, so it's for
Hey,
instance, like that's what when people go get seafood, I tell them you got to be careful because most of the time they're not gonna give you a full plate of seafood. They're just gonna give you half a plate of seafood, and then that's why. And then that's when they have to make you to get the appetizers. So that you basically all along the way you eating appetizers. So when they get to your food and everything, you full. And then after that, oh, I might as well take it to go. So then when you take it to go, they make you pay another fee for that. It's again, so everything's shrinking.
Right. That's why I said I'm just gonna go ahead and build on my family land and just start making my own vegetables and stuff. And I'm not gonna eat beef. I try to leave beef alone, and I don't really eat meat like that. You know, so
I
'cause
think
the
that's
beef
the
don't
better
take
way.
right.
Yeah, I think that's the better way. I think collectively as us as a people, I think our families is not all close, Sheila E. and the brother, but I think that whatever means that whatever we have against each other, I think we got to put our money together and buy land. And I know people going, I want my own house, I want my own this and that. But if it's a family, they need their own family. But if you live like by yourself, I think that is I think you should get some land and build family homes and grow your own stuff. That's the only way that
That's
we
what
got
my
to
family
change.
did. They got funeral homes, stores and stuff like that. 'Cause my great grandfather had 55 acres. So and then like we still had 20 acres. Like a lot of them don't even want to build on it. So I'm like, well, I'm gonna get mines and build. If I could get somebody else to build, it could be a little black community. So
I
they
think
don't
that
have
I
to be
think
for
that's
my
the best.
family.
Yeah, but I think that's the best way. I think that's the only way that we could. I know we still got ways to catch up, but I think that's the deal. I think that we got to swallow our pride. I think wherever it is, we don't have to love each other, but we could be cordial and put our money together. If you have to move out of state and just find some land, I think we gotta do it. And but at the same time, we gotta make sure to keep the land up, and then make
The
sure we'll put
kids, that's how you gotta talk to your like one of my daughters, she was like, well, I don't want it. So the youngest one, she would take some, if anything happened to me, you have the will and everything. So I talk about stuff like that, you know. So I sit down and talk about stuff like that to my daughter. Like she getting hers built up here in New York. The other one, she already have hers in Indiana. So she had, what she did was, I always had like big insurance policy on my kids. So she had borrowed from hers when she graduated and bought her a house in Indiana. The Indiana houses is cheap down there. You know, she bought her nice little house like for $45,000. And then she flipped that, and then she got her little
sorry about that.
townhouse.
That's all right. That's all right.
Yeah, still working. These folks out here, I swear, I see more Confederate flags and Trump flags than I'd like to stomach. All right.
He said, but I try not to even focus on that. I try to just focus on you said it. But I'm telling you, when I lived in Indiana, they gave me the red flag. I had no problem.
Yeah, I had an issue. I was going into Albuquerque from Arizona when I saw something that kind of took me by surprise. I didn't know how to stomach it. It was a great big billboard of the Navajo Nation and how they support Trump. I said, yeah. Navajo Nation, Trump. That's an incomplete sentence. There got to be some periods or something in there. What is this? And it wasn't no mistake. It was the great big banner with their native colors, their flag colors, all painted up. It was hand painted too. That's the cold part about it. It was hand painted. Not just like something that they slapped up there with some kind of, tarp or something like that. No. This was crafted. I'm like, bruh, they serious over here. They are serious over here. They ain't playing no games with no natives either.
Well, let me ask you a question. I'm not saying us. Why we don't talk about how the Indians enslave us? We always talk about everybody enslaved. Why we don't
I was just talking about that with my uncle.
No,
and then she got up here talking about Curious Joe's, then Monroe up here in New York. God,
There were Maroons up there. There were Maroons, but there were also 5 tribes that were considered to be the civilized tribes, which were all slave owners. One particular is the Cherokee. The other one would be the Zuni, right? The Cherokee just got half of Oklahoma allocated to them as tribal territory. I'm talking about this year. And we can't get no reparations? What, man?
So that actually...
I brought that at the table, too. We spoke about that at the table, too, at the Congress table.
And that needs to be talked more.
And we brought that to our Congress.
No, I'm not saying... No, I'm not saying you. I'm just saying, I'm talking about throughout. And now it's safe to say, just tell me if I'm right or wrong, y'all, that every race that had enslaved us got reparations. Am I right or I'm not right?
Well, I mean, it depends on what you would call reparations, because they didn't get that by name, but they did get funds allocated to them for the damage that was caused.
Yeah,
to them. The Japanese Americans that when we were fighting in Vietnam, and when we were fighting in World War II, the Japanese were put into internment camps, and they get a stipend every year. If you go into Roland Heights in California, that whole district is all Asian American. And it looks like if you just stepped into China and Japan. California has at least 5 different Asian towns, but it's not towns, whole cities that they've pretty much taken over. You can't go in there and think that you're about to read anything in English. right? Their billboards, their signs, their restaurants, their banks, their hospitals, their clinics, their parks. Everything is in their native tongue
I don't even like
in
talking
those
about
areas.
this. Mm-mm.
I don't like talking about either, but I actually
I
have
know,
to,
I'm
you know,
just
go through
saying,
these places.
because
I mean, I
it
literally have
just
to
make
do
my
business with
stomach
these people.
hurt.
I ain't mean to bring it up. It just for me. I know you said they get a stipend, but at least they got something to build wherever they at.
Right. I mean, and half the time, they throw it into our faces because they put in the work to do this job and whatnot of building their community, but they didn't have the opposition
No,
from the law enforcement
right.
and any other agency that has anything to do with funding or coding. They didn't have to deal with any insurance company to give the building insurance. They didn't have to deal with any of these sorts of people in order to get the things that they need. Now, if I'm not mistaken, in Oklahoma, the remnants of Greenville, that would be Tulsa, Oklahoma, are still there. There's still pieces and fragments of building that were standing during those riots. The only way I know about it is because there's a freeway that runs over it.
Oh
So
wow.
I noticed that part about it, but then I start looking at LA a little closer, and I start to look at, okay, my dad used to always tell me about this town, that town, and whatnot, and I'm thinking, wow. So does that explain why the 110 sits in, like, why the 110 sits the way it does, why it goes looping through Los Angeles the way it does? Yes, because it just so happens to snake through all of the formerly black affluent towns. So I'm like, bruh, that's devastating. So that's why Monrovia itself has a train track that divides the town. Like when they say you're from below the tracks and whatnot, yeah, it's a whole ass train track that went right through the middle of that town. Now before that was a good thing because it brought commerce and trade into the city, but then right after that was a freeway right next to it, and then a subway line. The hell they need a subway line going from outside of that? I'm lost on that. And they're
You know
continuing
your
that.
stuff, though. You know his stuff. See, right, like
So
he
do they still
talking,
have
I
a
could just
subway
listen all
line?
day. Like I'm like a sponge. You talking some good stuff.
So they still have
I
the
can bring
subway.
up some more shit. I can bring up a
So let me ask you a
whole
question.
lot of shit.
Does the subway line still work there?
Of course, it still works. The subway line is being expanded on. As a matter of fact, they're trying. Before Arnold Schwarzenegger got out of office, he was trying to build a bullet train from San Francisco down to LA. They've already put in
I heard about that.
Yeah,
yes,
really.
they've already.
I heard about that. Wow, that's true.
Yes, that's definitely true. Hold on a second. I got another guy. I'm supposed to be trading information with him, and I don't want to talk to him because he's got two Trump hats in the front of his madness right now, and I'm trying to hold back from punching him in the face.
You're a mess.
I'm a whole mess. I got to deal with these people all the time. He got two, not one, but two Trump hats.
Just block it. Just act like you only
yeah.
see the hat. Just look at him as an individual. You only see the hat.
He trying to get that man catch a case. That's what it is.
Man,
Joe, don't even pay
I got
attention
steel
to the
toes
hat.
on
You
right
know
now.
what?
Let me tell you where my foot gonna be. All right, hold on. I'm gonna put my phone on mute for just 5 minutes.
Okay. Wow. You heard that shit? See?
It's a lot. And then Jen, she talking about Curious Joe's. We know them because that's why I got my first car in Monroe in New York, where I live at upstate. And they have a whole they just built a Walmart on it acre.
Really?
They have their own police department and their own hospitals, their own schools, everything. And then what they do is they sit in the courthouses and they have their own judges and everything. And we have two brothers, one a Republican, one Democrat. They call the Republican the evil brother. But what he do is he run against his brother because the Republican Party, would they do certain things they don't want? So, and they both come from money, and it's a mess. But and let me tell you, so both of those brothers is bad though. When it comes to Monroe, y'all gotta look up Curious Joe. I mean, wow. I mean, they own their own car lot and everything. Before the father died, I had got a Mystique from him back in the 80s, and yeah, and the cars was cheap and everything. Yeah. So I just like, our people, I said they do us so wrong. It ain't like that we don't want stuff. They block stuff from us so much. It's a shame. And I seen that, even with me, where I was trying to get when I was young, I had a townhouse, and I was trying to get back another one when I came here. And I was gonna get it for they had it on the agenda for 75,000. I said, that's still good because I can live upstairs and I can rent it downstairs because that's how big it is. It's over like 3,000 square foot or something. That's pretty big.
Yeah.
So what they did, they gave it to this other one for 45,000, and I was so pissed off. Then I said, okay, let me go to another condominium. So then they gave it to another one. And I said, wait a minute. So I went to my mayor and everything. But it's a lot of stuff that they do to block us from different stuff. You know?
That's true. Yeah.
So now they don't want me to leave. I said, I don't want no house here. No, the taxes in New York is too expensive.
I'm back for just a second. I just heard what you were saying, the taxes in New York and whatnot. I was just on I was listening into a stream yesterday. Was it Dr. Claude Anderson? And Dr. Boyce Watkins. They were talking about that very same thing. And then I jump over to, what was his name? Who was talking about that? I have to go back into my history on my YouTube page. But yeah, they were just talking about how the taxes were unfair for one. Like black people were actually being overtaxed in comparison to those that were actually affluent and actually able to afford these homes and whatnot. It was offset, and it was done on purpose, and nobody was actually like really saying anything about it.
Yeah.
Now I remember it was what was the name? It was
they had different
Professor
banks
Black
doing
Truth.
Bank America.
Professor Black Truth was talking about that yesterday.
I like him. He is so radical.
Man,
he is a mess.
Who is this?
Professor Black Truth.
Yeah.
New Black Media.
Yeah. Black Authority, right?
The Black Authority. Yeah.
I get a kick out of him.
Yeah, he don't play. Yeah.
When those people be calling, he be like, "Then I said such." I was one day, I was dying. I said, "Ooh, he don't be playing with those people."
Yeah, I take it a step further, and I go and look into some of the talking points that he brings up, just so I know what he's talking about, just so I'm not like clueless. Because some of the stuff, I've got to be honest with you, it goes over my head. It'd be like the first time I'm hearing about it. The only thing that didn't catch me off guard was right when they were talking about that Navajo Nation thing, about it was a whole panel of people that were supposed to be representing black talking points, black agenda and whatnot. And right then is when right before that is when I saw that great big billboard with Navajo Nation supporting Trump. And I was like, he's talking about the same exact stuff that I just drove through. Not even 10 hours. I mean like 7 hours. 7 hours before he started talking, before he delivered that, I drove through it and seen it for myself. So I was like, bruh, like this shit is big. This shit is huge. It's everywhere. The only reason why I know all of this stuff, I mean, I'm going to spill the beans. I'm a professional driver. I'm a truck driver, right?
Okay, my young daughter, truck driver too. She's 23.
I'm an owner-operator. I've been out here I've been driving since 2005. right? I got my license right when I was like going from 21 to 22.
She got
Right?
hers too when she was 20.
Right. So as soon as I was able to actually get behind the wheel, I jumped behind the wheel. So, in a nutshell, what I'm saying is like, when this COVID thing hit, I've been out here since the beginning, since the first announcement of it, and the shit that they talk about on the news and what they broadcast don't match the shit that's really going on out here from what I have experienced, what I've seen. I'm talking about all the way from like border crossings where they've been closing Louisiana, parts of Texas and whatnot, so that people can't go through. Man, that's bull. That is complete and total fabrication. It is fabricated because I've actually seen where they had the media vans and whatnot, NBC, big painted panel van with their cameras and stuff on one border. I drive through the state, go to the other side. That's not closed. I pick up my delivery. I come back. This shit's wide open, and they don't stop trucks. They don't stop us. We go right through the shit. As a matter of fact, they flag us through. They wave us through. Right? How many times have you seen on the media where they have actually covered COVID cases with the truck drivers?
Right.
I haven't seen any. I haven't seen any. So are we magically immune to it or something?
Yeah, I never.
Right?
Matter of fact, yeah, I never. My daughter said since this she been on the road more.
Exactly my point.
And she only 23.
So what? She's only 23. She should be like she should be worried about this stuff. Right?
She 23. She never home. She's never home. She live in Indiana, and she come home, and she be there for a day and a half, then she gotta go right back on the road.
It's a little hard when you first coming out here. I had to go through that same thing where I barely came home. Right now, I got it to a point where I stay out 2 weeks. I go home, do however much time I want to stay at home, and then I go back out. But I'm trying to make a certain amount by the end of the year. So I got a goal in mind. So I'm out here huffing. I'm out here with the business. But what my biggest point is that what we're being fed through our media and whatnot don't match what's actually going on. And I'm saying that from firsthand experience, not secondhand hearsay. Right. So I have a big concern with what it is that we're doing with ourselves as Black people. Right. Like we are literally at war, but we don't want to acknowledge the fact that our open enemy is killing us with impunity. Nobody's saying nothing about it. And when we do say something about it, we're in the wrong for speaking out about it. I'm like, bro, what do you mean we're in the wrong for speaking out about it? When the Asians talk about it, they get funds, they get money for that. They're saying that the COVID messed up their business. What happened?
We brought that up to the table.
Allocated some money to them.
Wow.
They threw that shit right there at them. Like
You
businesses
talking
went up.
everything we
Where's
was
our
talking.
money?
Wow.
Right? I'm saying this because I'm moving the products. I'm moving like firsthand the products that are going to your stores. You're talking about there's a food shortage. My ass. I have a reefer. I got food right now. What they talking?
So you think? Excuse me. Do you think the second phase coming around, or they were just saying that the bull crap us around?
The second phase came a long time ago.
I can't with you.
But what are we talking about? The second phase?
They were
this
saying
is part of it.
like next month.
Have you ever heard of a agenda called Agenda 21?
No.
No? Yes? Maybe? No?
No.
When you do, because I just brought it up, and you could probably go and research it.
I am.
You're going to be afraid of what you see. It's going to be scary. I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be scary as hell. But know that Agenda 21, if you're just now researching it now, this is the last year of the last phase before it goes into propaganda 30.
Really?
So we're way
Let me
behind.
write this down. Agenda 21. God.
Could you
Agenda
type it?
21.
Could you type it in the chat, please?
I can. Hold on one second.
Only thing I know, Agenda 21.
Agenda 21. Just know that that started in the 80s.
Agenda 21. It started in the 80s.
In the 80s, and it
And
was.
see, when I see stuff like this, I like to hear, you know, because
Yeah.
I was naive to a lot of stuff. You know, when you work and you make your money and stuff, and I just started getting into this stuff like about 10 years ago and stuff, and then coming here on YouTube, y'all be, y'all brothers so educated, y'all be scooping me up on.
Yeah, matter of fact, let me put my. All right, thank you. Let me put my email down, my brother, so you can copy it down too.
Hold on one second.
Okay. Oh no, that's not it. Yeah, we gotta talk about that too.
Yeah, because it's like a lot of stuff. I'm like, and everybody says, "Sure, you so smart." I'm like, deep brothers on YouTube. I mean, shoot, I don't like getting on panel and I sound stupid, but y'all be hitting on some good stuff. My God, I'm gonna look that up as soon as I, you know.
Yeah, we look that up. We gotta talk about this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we got to brainstorm about this. Agenda 21.
Yeah. The only reason why I feel open about bringing something as controversial as that up right now is because like basically I got people that are actually researching this stuff where I don't just sound like I'm a nutcase. Like I've lost it because I started talking about this.
Let me tell you something.
No, you don't sound. No.
No, you don't. A lot of people see when we don't know a lot of stuff and people tell us stuff, it's like a lot of stuff been hidden from us. So when people don't understand and hear it, they don't think you crazy. Some of us say, "Oh wow, I'm gonna do my research. I believe it," because they hide a lot of stuff from us, keep from us.
Yeah,
you know.
I literally had siblings that would only talk to me about certain things while they're by themselves, but as in a group, they wouldn't bring it up because they know that I'll go on some sort of tangent and start dropping all these things, and then it sounds funny to me or to them because it sounds like conspiracy theory, right? I mean, it's like it's the funniest part that I can think of is that I'm not sure how old you guys are, but if you remember back in the day when we always had access to free television, channels like from 2 to 13 were always free in California.
I'm Generation X. I remember that.
Right? You can always count on, you can tune in to channel 13, you can tune in to channel 11, at least in California, in the Inland Empire, from all the way to the LA. You can tune into these local stations. I'm not sure what it be in your states,
but you can
turn in. Yeah, you can tune in to Fox. But if you remember, there was a program that the military was going to enact. They said that they were going to do it by a certain year, that you were going to have to get a box or some kind of special antenna.
Yes,
because they were taking over.
Mm-hmm.
Now, don't be surprised when you look in Agenda 21 and you see that. I'm just saying right now. But we have all of these different things that. Yeah, please.
Okay, because I never knew the military said something about that. Because I remember they had to get rabbit ears, or box or something.
Mm-hmm.
But so the military has something to do with that?
The military took over those lower broadcast frequencies for their emergency broadcast system because they were trying to do an experiment where they were trying to come up with another type of defense mechanism.
Mm-hmm.
We had an issue. It was just before 2000, the year 2000. Y2K.
Mm-hmm.
It was just before that. Right, and it was just about 2001, I think, when they actually pushed the agenda forward. and said that, okay, now we're gonna take over this airwave. So if you can't get those signals, it's okay. You can go and grab this, that, and the other, hook up to your TV, and you're back on, right? But my question is, what the hell did they need that lower broadcast frequency for? What did they need those lower channels for? I mean, that's how most people put out their free stuff anyway. Their free content, their free information, their all the stuff that we were accustomed to, right? And then they had this thing called HARP that just so happened to come out after that, which is where the conspiracy crap comes in, where they have these kind of weather, these microwave antennas that they were doing some sort of measure on the atmosphere, and they were kind of shooting these radio waves or microwaves up at the atmosphere.
So they do be messing with the weather and stuff.
Grab your tinfoil hat and brace yourself, because here comes the bull crap. HARP was also the name of the housing project. It's the reason why nobody paid attention to it. It's the difference between HARP, which your housing project, and HAARP.
And what's the other one?
HARP, HARP, like the thing that
Barack Obama said that.
I know HARP. Yeah, I'm writing it down.
Yeah, we know HARP because that was supposed to help us be able to afford our homes and whatnot.
Yes.
Let's see, it was HARP.
And then they're trying to come up with the restoration bill to my HR 40. Get out of here. That's a joke.
HR 40 is some bullshit too. We'll get into that later.
That's a joke.
But and then you have and then you have HARP. I put both of those in there separate. One was HARP, which was for your housing thing, and then the other one was HAARP. And if you type that in, you're going to get two different things. And we know that these people, this government,
for the state because they had loans.
Yeah, they had loans out for.
That's why I got my first loan from HARP. Yeah, and my interest was really low too.
Now, when you type in HAARP, it comes up way different. It's like, what is this?
Wow. Hillbilly weather controls device were outlawed long ago.
See, that's all I say. He need to start coming on more. See, people like that need to, his thing, the devil is a lie, don't want us to hear the rest of the stuff. See, he need to start coming on more, telling us different stuff like that. Because I like to hear stuff like this.
Yeah, but,
And sometimes it's not about likes and views and stuff. It's about being educated on different stuff,
Yeah, but I think more people should get on and hear stuff like that. But like I said, there are some people.
He could come on my channel and talk about stuff like that,
I don't mind he come on here. That's what I'm saying. Don't get me wrong. But just the point is, people they're all about the popularity. Okay, this is great information.
We trying to be educated.
I don't care. I'm just saying, Sheila.
I know. I'm just saying. I don't care if it's one or two. God said we're there. One or two, he in the midst. The end of the day is, you know what? Long I'm being educated, because when he tell me, I'm gonna tell somebody else, and that's what it's all about. Because me, I'm a worker. So I'm gonna tell somebody about this stuff.
And at the same time, as soon as he come back, if he want to, maybe it could be us three to talk more about this. I think this need to. I mean, I can say I think this need to get out more stuff like that. Set it up
because I never met him before. I never.
I met him through Corny Omega earlier.
That sounds like him or you, different ones. I love being around smart, educated brothers,
Oh, thank you.
Like I be hitting some good, Angry Man, DJ Queen. I be hitting some good. I say our brothers so educated and stuff, Our sisters, we got some powerful sisters too.
Oh yeah, yourself.
I think I'm just simple.
Oh, you're not. Stop that. You educate yourself. And also, you got Gen X.
Yeah.
Tell me, Gen J.
I'm trying to see who in the chat.
Hillbilly.
Jen J hits a bill, yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I love to hear people with good point of views. You know, I could just listen. I'm like a sponge. I could just listen all day.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
I'm looking in some medicine where they used to use the on our little kids too.
When you going there,
Yep.
you is going there.
I'm gonna start looking into it. I'm gonna do it too. As soon as I get some information, I'm passing it out. Then
Mm.
and now. But that's gonna take a little time, but
I'm going to get off in the field so I can get dressed and stuff.
okay.
But
All right,
I
am I
want to
back
know
on? I think
when
I'm
he
back
coming
on.
back on, because my brother has
Oh,
some good
bro.
point of view.
Hey, bro,
Yeah.
you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I switched my
Okay.
panel. I was actually looking at something else right now. I'm still kind of working, but I switched it back. So it kind of
Okay.
turned. I don't know why it turns off my microphone, but it does. I've been yammering this whole time. You can't hear me
No,
because my mic is turned off.
But I would like. Do you see my email in the chat?
When I switch over to look at it, it's definitely going to cut my mic off. So give me 1 second. I'm going to take a look at it.
Okay.
Because she got some good information. I'm going to look at that too.
Yeah, we could talk about that shit.
Okay, I'm back. Yeah, I saw it in the chat.
Okay, I want you to copy that down. Cause I want you to come back. I want you to come back. I want you to keep on coming back, but I want you to come back. Schedule the one back. Come back. It could be me, you, Sheila E, us three, and we could expand on this information and some more.
Yeah, I'll be more than happy to.
I'm going to sit back and listen this time.
I really want to get that out there, mainly because this is like the oldest part of the information. This is probably like some of the rabbit hole stuff that got me into trying to re-educate myself. Like I was in community college, or just getting into community college, when I started getting this stuff, and when I started researching this stuff. And then I'm talking about, this is MySpace stuff, not Facebook. This is MySpace stuff. You know what I mean?
Okay.
When I started really paying attention to this stuff, because something took me by surprise, like that threw me off completely. Remember, what was that? The Anonymous group? You ever heard of the Anonymous group? It was a group of hackers that were offloading information to the social media about our government officials, leaking their emails.
I heard about I ain't never knew their name.
They want like masses and stuff like that.
Yeah, the V for Vendetta mask. They were using that Guy Fawkes mask.
Right.
And it was those guys with Julian Assange, right, that was putting out this information, these people's emails and all that stuff, hacking their information. The cold part was they had some lower level hackers that were hacking Los Angeles bank buildings and playing shit like Tetris with their lights on the side of the building.
Wow.
Right? I was like, whoa, like I didn't even know that kind of stuff could exist, but they would hack into their lighting system, right? And just on one side of the building, they would put like Tetris or Galactica or Pac-Man on the side, and they would the larger the bigger the building, the more pixels that they can use, and they were hacking it and having their lights flicker on and off to show, like, if you were standing back far enough, you'll see that it wasn't just their lights flickering on and off, it was Pac-Man being played on the side of their building. I'm like, bruh,
wow, that's awesome.
These dudes was wilding out on their buildings. But it went bigger than that, because remember they had
I think they do a movie about that though.
Yeah, I was always a big fan of those movies, but when they were actually doing this stuff, I was tripping because it was real. I was playing a video game online, like these online video games where you can do like they were like role-playing games where you can actually communicate like through text on the within the game, so you actually didn't even need your phone on all you needed was Wi-Fi, and you can still text back and forth to the person you were playing with.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
These folks were using that system to communicate back and forth to each other, and I stumbled on one of their threads before the thread was actually a thing.
Wow.
So, man, I was listening to I was reading their plans for what building was going to get hit next. And I was like, bruh, they don't know about, nobody's catching on to this. I was using that shit for like a month before they kicked me off the internet. before my YouTube and my Facebook page got shut down.
Oh wow.
That's how mine's
I
get
had to
hacked.
get a whole new phone.
Four people hacked my page. I have 4 different. But I would like for you to do is like, okay, break it down to someone who never heard of it before, and it just bring it up to us. Like act like we ain't never heard of nothing you singing.
Yeah,
can you do
now,
that?
please.
And then just like.
Yeah, you want me to do one right now?
No,
so
yeah,
like a day,
or in a day or two.
A day or whenever y'all could get together, and we could be here. Break it down to someone who never heard of it, and I'm gonna have my have my little notebook, and I'm gonna write down notes and everything or whatever.
Yeah, that would be best, because I don't want anybody to just like take my word for it. You got to go and research this stuff, so you know that I'm not just because I'm not just talking out the side of my neck. You know what I mean? I don't want to just like come off as somebody just dropping some weird stuff. But
no,
the picture that I paint for you. Yeah,
no, what you're doing is like a teacher. You're not like a teacher. You teaching somebody something.
That's correct. So
when you teach somebody something, usually they don't understand. They got to get comprehending stuff or whatever, and they got to study it. So that's what you're doing. You taking us to the bottom to the up. And meanwhile, I'm gonna have my notebook and my pen, and I'm writing down different stuff. And then you're gonna say, "Well, search this one and that one." I'm gonna write it down, whatever. A day you could do that. I could have my pen and my paper, and I'm be in the chat, and I'm listening to you. I ain't gonna be on the pen. I'm be in the chat, and I'm be like a student, because I like stuff like this.
Then at the same time, Sheila, what you could do, you could pre-record, let people know that when the brother be on the panel, then do you have a YouTube channel? No, you don't.
I do have one, but I can tell you right now, it's a challenge to find. I got like literally 2 videos up of myself speaking, but it's not really that great and everything. But my playlists are something that you can go through and see. The things that I've saved on each of these individual playlists are things that you're gonna have to scroll through them to find these people that are dropping these gems. Right,
but that's all right. I'll share it on Facebook.
Yeah, like
when I take this right here, I could share it on Facebook. When you start,
have you guys heard of? Have you guys ever heard of KT the Arch Degree?
No.
All
right. KT the Arch Degree. He's this dude on here. He's literally Dr. Sebi's nephew, if you will, not by blood, but he's his nephew. He pretty much took care of it, took his mother in, and pretty much took KT. He's related to Blue Pill and Red Pill, but you'd have to know who Blue Pill and Red Pill are too. I'm sorry, my bad.
No, I know what Red and Blue Pill is.
Yeah, but KT the Arch Degree. Yeah. KT the Arch Degree and Dr. Inky, both of those dudes, they have a channel, and they break stuff down. It's crazy how they break down all of this science. There's another person I already said, Dr. Claude Anderson. Dr. Greg Carr.
Dr. Claude Anderson, I follow him too.
Yeah, Dr. Claude Anderson. But Dr. Greg Carr. Dr. Greg Carr is another one. He's a historian.
Yeah,
and the stuff that I thought, fire, just straight knowledge, straight facts. But yeah, those are just a few of the people that you'll find on some of my playlists. that if you can actually find, that's why I go by Neophyte Bokor. Bokor is like a Haitian witch doctor. Because I practice voodoo.
Oh, you do?
Yes, ma'am. And I'll say it proudly. But I practice.
I'm gonna ask you a question. Why you practice voodoo?
Because it's our heritage. It is our Black African heritage, and we cannot let that go aside. Our ancestors are not playing no games with these white folks today.
So, okay, so voodoo, I couldn't really get into that voodoo stuff.
It's all right. It's probably already gotten into you. You just don't know it yet. But let me ask you this. All right. When you go to church and you get your anointing and whatnot, you go up there, you get your prayer, and they put that anointing oil on you. Do you know the process of how they make that anointing oil?
I don't let nobody put the anointing on me. I anoint my own self.
Right. But I'm just saying, just in general, good idea. I wouldn't recommend you let nobody put no hands on you that has to deal with that parasitic environment of the church.
It's transferring this spirits on me.
Right. But the same process that it takes to make the same rituals that they go through to make your blessing oil is the same practice that they actually kind of lifted. I'm gonna say that politely, that they stole from African spirituality. Same process.
Oh, okay.
Same exact
so they're
process.
Trying to make us seem like voodoo is demonic, which is not.
Right. It's kind of funny how they call it black magic, assuming that you believe that black people are evil in the first place. But even from that standpoint, everything that is black is always demonized, including your heritage or African culture,
And
which finds its way into every aspect of every culture on this planet in the first place. I mean, the Mexicans have, what do you call that? Everything from Santa Paulo to Santeria to Ileife to all of that stuff. All of those are the same African spirituality systems, just kind of changed up because of the language that was colonizing those people. That's it. It's the only difference. Right? You watch Disney, right? You watch Disney, the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Demonic too. I found the
it's weird because it's not necessarily demonic. They just stole some shit and they're repackaging it and selling it to us. So I'm like, bro, they can miss me with that.
Let me tell you what it did in '88. I used to always have my doors, because we always have movies night or whatever, and they had Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Don't you know?
Don't let me get started on that. I'll leave that one alone.
You know
that's
what
a
they
whole
had
new
on
video.
it, right? I ain't gonna say it. You know what they had on it, right? And I was like, look, and a lady had brought it to my attention. I was like, no. She was like, look at it. And I said, that is so gross. I never knew that. Because remember, it was the DVDs then. It wasn't a CD.
You're looking at the Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, a story taken from the Brothers Grimm, which is like the actual stories of what you'd have to look into history. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty. These are actual fairy tale accounts of the time where you're dealing with the first Black Plague, not the second one. The first Black Plague that plagued Spain all the way to France, and the fact that the Moorish Empire was actually in control of the Spanish Empire, which wasn't even an empire. It was just people living on the land and whatnot that just so happened to be down there. But there was the Moroccans or the Moorish that actually controlled that whole peninsula. Right. And if you notice, like in Sleeping Beauty, the forest that they called the Moor just so happened to have the same name as what they used to call us, Moor-ish. I'm just saying.
I'm talking about, that stuff like that. Wow. I never knew all that stuff.
Just wait until you hear me break down Moana.
Okay.
That shit
I'm
will have
having
you
my I'm
lost.
little notebook and my pen. I'm be like, I'm a student. I'm gonna be sitting back just
Hey,
writing it.
like the one thing that threw me off, I hated it. But the coconut people, like, bruh, how is that not the Papua New Guinea people?
Mm.
Seriously? They shooting out darts that paralyze you. Papua New Guinea people have darts that they're known for making poisons that paralyze you. They were known to be great sailors. Their ships, their boats are turning into more boats. That's what they said. I mean, bruh, look at all the technology involved in their boat itself compared to what the Hawaiians and the Polynesians were sailing. Bruh. like, like the little things that Disney likes to throw at you is you don't really pay attention to, that these people were already sailing the ships, but or sailing the seas. But Disney likes to throw in that little family-friendly racism. I mean, come on, what's the color of a coconut? What's the color of these people? These people were short. These people were the size of coconuts. That's offensive. You should be offended when you see these people, when you see this sort of stuff. And I ain't even begun
Yeah,
to point
Disney
out
is
the
a
little
mess.
things.
They are. They are.
I ain't
They're a
even
mess.
begun to tell you about that stuff. It's hilarious. I have my daughter watching this stuff right now so I can be able to teach her when she gets older and have these questions. Man,
And it's so funny because my grandson don't watch he only do is educational stuff. We don't have him watch no TV, no listen to
yeah,
no
be
kind of
careful.
secular music or nothing. Only educational stuff.
But yeah. I mean, if you guys want me to come on your channels,
Yeah,
I'm not
you'll
sure how
come.
long
Yeah,
you guys gonna be, because we already been on here what 3 hours or something like that.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm ready to get off. And Underrated Darkness is your channel, so pick a day where he gonna teach us, and I'm be like have my notebook and my pen, and I'm
Yeah,
just gonna do
I
that.
got some stuff too. Yeah,
Mhm.
but I want you, but you got my email. I want you to copy it down, and after that, I want you to send me an email. And let me know it's you, so I can send something back. Then I say okay.
Yeah, not a problem at all. I mean, I honestly, it's like I sit back and I go back and I do all my research, especially when little things like this, the really small, minute things that get put in front of me, I take it back in the back of my mind and I go and analyze and try to see if it compares to anything that I've researched before. And 9 times out of 10, it does. And then there goes the rabbit hole, and I'm stuck chasing the rabbit of these details. It used to get me confused a while back ago. I was like really confused because this stuff it runs you around in circles, and it always ends up in some sort of conspiracy theory. So what I've figured out, the missing link is with all of these stories, which is like a tool that I use that I'm sure that you guys could probably use yourselves, is that the timeline is the answer. The timeline is always the answer. It's always screwed up, and the actual record is what is always off. Right? At what point in time did it go from Gregorian calendar, or go from AD and going from our actual ancestors' way of keeping count of the time and dates and all that stuff to the Greco-Roman version or the Gregorian calendar? And that's where the problem is where we lose track of what actually happened, and that's what is the answer to our amnesia, our collective amnesia, why we don't understand our own history.
My professor brought that up too about the calendar too to me.
Yeah, that's no bullshit.
Yeah, let me read the chat. Jen said real life watchdog can control the water, utility, traffic system, banking system, and training. Yes. Hillbilly said we are in the resources war. Have 5 months of food in your home by November. Hillbilly also said Disney produced propaganda films since World War II. That's 80. It also says 80 plus. Hillbilly also said there are 13 months in a year. 13 is bad luck.
No, it's not. 13 is the missing key, the very center of the key that I just told you guys about that, why that calendar is messed up. The same reason why your 8th month in your calendar is named after Augustus Caesar, or August. You figure that part out. Then you realize that there's 13 zodiac symbols and not 12.
See, and also, any that wants to donate, Cash App is $JT53000. PayPal.me is JTBlack53.
Oh my God! I just realized what food product I'm moving. Man,
I mean, J Black.
Show you guys some pictures of
JBlack53.
how your baby food is handled before it's actually processed. You guys be like, nope, my baby ain't eating that shit no more.
Well, I ain't got no kids, so.
Nature's.
And my grandson don't even eat meat. Only thing he eats is vegetables and French fries stuff. He never ate no meat. Nothing.
Don't feed him Gerber either.
No.
Gerber is a motherfucker.
He used to eat vegetables and like put it in the blender and stuff. He never liked the baby food.
Yeah, and he's got good taste, because if you saw what they do to ship this shit, you'd be like, "Damn, my baby ain't eating that. What the hell is that? Why are they taking a forklift in that? What is that?"
Well, what they put in there? Give us a sniper. Then the next time you can give us the rest.
I got a picture of it, bro. I got a whole video of them fucking offloading trailers. The food that they put into the back of the trailer, the refrigerated trailer, they don't put it in containers. No, that's floor loaded.
Oh God.
Floor loaded. I mean,
wow.
like on the floor of the trailer. I'm not in something. I'm talking about they fill up the trailer as much as they can and close the doors.
And then
you think I'm playing, and I'll show you the video.
Oh God, that's gross.
If I get caught with that video, I'll be fired. I can tell you that right now. They'll take me off my contract. They tell you not to bring your camera in there. Don't film anything while you're in there. Well, I did not do that. I actually took video of it, and I sent it to my wife and my mother-in-law. And my baby doesn't eat Gerber. That's for the dogs. You can have that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they fill up the whole trailer with water to get it to wash out and into their warehouse. That's one way. The other way is they take those little excavator, little miniature tractors and whatnot. They'll run that motherfucker inside of the damn thing and scoop out your shit. But there's the same excavator that you use to move dirt and asphalt and shit on the road construction.
Oh God.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Oh man, yeah, you got some. Yo, next year I
got the video, bro. I'm not talking no bullshit.
People, we got to grow
your own.
Food.
Monsanto is some more bullshit. Monsanto, Gerber, Nature Sweet, Hershey's, bruh. Let me tell you what.
Yeah, tell
you
me
ain't gonna
about
ever
Hershey's,
drink no man. Slave labor. End of story. African slave labor that they still do to this day, and I ain't even joking about that. They do not pay these kids. I'm not talking about like teenagers. I'm talking about these kids are barely 11, going in here cultivating your cocoa to make this chocolate for Hershey's. Yeah, they can have that shit too.
Is they in this country? Oh, they do it in Africa.
They do it in Africa. They ship it over here. And then when they get over here, it's all minority workers that work in the warehouses, including your Tyson chicken.
Yeah, I know about Tyson. Yeah.
Let me tell you about Tyson and the warehouses that don't have their name on the side of the building. Whole nother topic. I can go on. My laundry list of bullshit is deep. I'm like a Pandora's box of some bullshit.
Well, you gonna come back and you gonna tell about this, and I'm just letting people know. The ones in the chat, I'm gonna try to do my best to poke. I'm gonna let people know. Get people when the brother let me know it's a good time. He gonna come back here. I will advise y'all to fill up
Oh,
The
bruh.
chat.
I just realized what I picked up right now. I just picked up pears. I know exactly what they about to do with this load. I can go take a picture of the back of this trailer real quick.
Oh,
It was a pleasure being with y'all. Great, get off.
You gonna probably throw
Yeah.
up. Let me
Yeah.
and I'll leave you. Oh damn, we lost him.
Yeah. But I'm great, get off. It was a nice pleasure being with you. So next time you come on, I have my notebook and my pen.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'll wait
I
till you
will
get back
definitely
on.
try to break it down as best I can.
Yes.
My receipts usually come with pictures, documentations. So
That's
I'm not
good.
just talking out the side of my neck, because it's easy to just talk shit. But when you actually see the shit for yourself, then it's a whole nother story. I can't
that
tell
teacher
you like what
spirit
company
anyway.
I drive for, because or not.
Yeah, you don't want to
I'm
lose your
contracted
job.
to, but I can give you some of the details that go into some of this billing and whatnot, which is more than helpful to really see who exactly is paying for it and how FEMA is involved in half of the fact that we don't have our PPE in our stores, in our alcohol and rubbing alcohol, our gloves and masks and whatnot, and who gets it first.
And I have a lot of my gloves and stuff too, and masks.
Right, but you remember how that stuff didn't hit the market? It was off the shelves for a long period of time.
I know. But you know what's so funny? But in the wintertime, they had them packed by the pharmacist's office. I mean, not the office, right there where you buy your medication. I never paid attention to it, but my sister and my daughter have, because it was in the I'm retired, but they're in the medical field, and they always have them. I was like, oh, so I just got special made ones.
Yeah, I mean, it was crazy, because when I got the message that I had a FEMA load to pick up, I was like, well, what the hell am I hauling? Oh, nothing, just 2 or 3 pallets. Okay, I asked more questions than that. You're gonna have to give me some details. Well, we don't have an appointment time for you. So I get there when I get there. Yeah. All right. What about when I get to where I have to deliver to? Yeah. You get there when you get there.
Wow.
What you mean you get there with you? That's not how this works. What you mean? What are you talking about?
Wow.
Then I saw what I was picking up. I'm like, bruh, is this PPE? Who's paying for this, and why are you putting in the back of a reefer? Oh, Aldi is pulling that? Oh, okay. Aldi and FEMA are together, in bed together. I got you.
Wow.
Well, where is it going? Oh, it's going to all of the hot spots: Georgia, Florida, Arkansas. Okay, sure. I'll take it. How much is it paying? I'm just saying. Like, it's like, bruh, like the game is rigged. I said this earlier in the other place. The game is rigged, but a lot of people don't realize how rigged it really is.
I know.
Ask your local truck driver. Ask your local truck driver.
And I know they pay you a good money too.
Yeah. I don't like to brag or nothing, especially because I'm still working on my credit and whatnot. But yeah, they pay me enough. I mean, but there's stipulations, but a lot of the places where you can't talk about a lot of this stuff, and it's for good reason, because if half the people knew what the hell was going on, they'd be outraged.
Wow. I can't. Do you show the picture already, or you didn't? Because I got cut off.
No, I didn't. I was saving that because you guys want to do a.
Yeah. You can say that, but I can't give the baby. Oh my God.
Yeah.
My God.
And think about this for one quick second. Who buys more Gerber products in the market? Technically, black people do, because they want that quality. So that's directly, I mean, like it's that gun is pointed at us. Is buy. We go out and buy this shit.
In all levels, is pointing at us.
And they'd be better off just putting this stuff in the blender. Buy your own vegetables and stuff in blender, and like pure air your own baby food.
Nah, but here's the cold part. Here's the coldest part. My paperwork says that this is organic. All those people that like to pay extra for your
that's garbage.
organic.
Yeah,
It's
right.
not
It's
organic.
organic. Yeah, it's organic.
That's bull crap.
After Monsanto lets you buy your GMO seeds that make the shit organic, my whole entire black ass. Right? I'm just looking at the details. The paperwork says one thing is going to another place that's known for making products that are not good for you. Nestle's. That's who owns Gerber. I mean, so what more do I have to really say? I mean, they're the same place that makes your cheap bottled water, not your alkaline water or your Dasani or nothing like that. No, that's owned by Coke. I'm talking about Nestle's. They make Gerber products. They're in charge of Gerber products, but so there from going to your grocery store, if you buy the Nestle's water, you get looked at sideways because it's the cheap stuff.
Yeah, I don't even like Nestle water. I never drunk that.
Right? You don't like that, but yet you'll buy Gerber food. I'm just saying.
No, I never bought Gerber food for my babies.
No, I mean, like in general, like
I know what you're saying.
I'm just saying, like, when we're trying to make the best choices for our children and whatnot,
I know
it's those choices where the game is. That's where the trick bag is. That we are thinking that we're going out and spending the high dollar on something that's supposed to be great quality and whatnot, and we're fed this thing that we want to make, go the extra mile to
nasty.
Be proficient.
Wow.
So nasty.
Why people get
And they serve right in our community, and they serve right,
Mm.
especially in our communities.
Yeah,
in the community. I haven't even told you where your hospital products come in over the border.
Oh God.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll save that for later too.
Yeah, say that later
My
too.
daughter was telling me that.
Oh, it's just somebody that can back up what I'm saying. That Cardinal Health is not a necessarily American company. Not entirely. Neither is what is that? Kellogg's. They're an American company, but all of their products are made in Mexico and then shipped over here and warehoused here. Just saying. But Quaker Oats is owned by Pepsi. Let's see.
I want you to give me all the products. I ain't buying none of them.
Oh man, I have a whole list. My wife was already up on the game with that already, but then when I was telling them about that, they just went ham on that because my father-in-law is a chef, so he's really picky on what it is that he picks out and cooks. Great quality food that this man makes.
I cook. So I gotta know about that stuff. I cook too.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just saying,
I gotta know that. Yeah.
I think it was last year. No, not last year. What the hell am I talking about? This was like 10 years ago almost. Damn near 10 years ago. Man, I'm old. It was like 10 years ago. There was a recall on spinach. Right? But before that, there was a recall on beef. That's it. There was a recall on beef.
On beef, right.
Yeah.
Right? It was a recall on beef. And you wonder why Koreans hate the shit out of Americans is because the American market sold all of that contaminated beef to Korea through Costco. Bruh, through Costco. They got more Costcos in Korea than they do like in some of the other countries. And so they were getting all this beef, but then once they realized that all of this stuff was the contaminated meat that was rejected, they was like, what is your problem? We don't want none of this. And they sent it all back. The problem is, guess who bought it back? McDonald's.
America.
McDonald's in particular.
Oh,
McDonald's, bro. McDonald's. What's that company? MGS or something like that. They bought it. They bought all them containers. Put that shit right in your goddamn Big Mac.
Oh,
I
God.
can't eat McDonald's food. It make me
I
sick.
can't. I stopped eating McDonald's a long time ago.
Yeah,
And you
I
wonder
had
why
to
that
say,
shit tastes funny.
I don't eat that. I don't eat that
Yeah,
burger.
thanks a lot. Okay.
Oh, I'll end it at that. But yeah, but I pay attention to all of this stuff a lot because I'm concerned about knowing the ins and outs of the game being played on us. Because not enough of us know these little intricate details of the system itself. They only see the politic behind it, but they don't see the economy behind it, the economic politic behind it. That
Thank
shit
you
is
very
crazy as
much.
fuck.
But thank you very much
Yep.
for
Yeah.
Quite
enlightening
welcome.
us. I appreciate it. I really do.
No problem.
Before you get off, I always say make your last remarks. Make your last remarks, please, brother. Or if you want to stay on a few minutes or you want to leave, it's up to you.
I got some paperwork to do.
Okay,
and I
say
gotta-
all right. Say your last remarks, please. Then Sheila.
All
I
right.
just want to say, go ahead.
No, ladies first.
Okay, I just want to say, I just thank you again, Underrated, for allowing me to be on your piano. And
Anytime.
to my brother, thank you for all the information, your wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And I can't wait to you to teach me more and knowledge me more. And I'll be like a student and just write down and do my research and stuff. And I appreciate it. And I'm telling
Yeah,
you, this is very good information. Each one teach one. It was very enlightening tonight.
Word.
It was.
Yeah.
And thank you. Y'all have a blessed weekend.
You do the same.
Okay.
You too. Have a good night.
All right.
All
You don't have to leave. You don't have to leave. Yes, Sheila. Go ahead, bro.
She's already out.
Like that. Yeah.
I can hear it though. This was a lot to take in. It's like a brain overload. It's like when Beyonce dropped "Black is King," dropping all of that knowledge, and a lot of people, it was overwhelming to most people. Like, man, the melanin started glowing, and they didn't know how to react.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it. I can break that down further too. You can have that as a separate show, and I can break down about as much as I can of.
Well,
show.
you're gonna be coming on here a lot. Let me start. you go. Well, you know what we're gonna do. I would like to do it. Let me explain Chop Up Series with you. A Chop Up Series is not an interview. It's all about asking you a few questions. Then you're gonna talk about your life, your family and stuff. I'll probably go into certain things. You know, things that we talk about. I ain't gonna really get into it. What's your hobbies and stuff like that. That's gonna be later. But the stuff that you talking about it, you got my email. Before you do anything, as soon as I end this, I want you to email me quickly, so I can email you back, so you can be on the phone, so we can keep in touch on contact on that. Because you might have to come back in a few days. When we will talk about which good day to do it and stuff like that.
Right.
And then
let me go. I'm gonna go ahead and switch over real quick and write that email down. Because
okay,
it always shuts off my mic. Like I said, it's
weird. I stay here till you come back, till you copy it down.
All right.
Yeah. So family, the brother will come back. So I would advise y'all to watch out for it, because it's going to be some stuff. Yes, thank you, Sheila. Yeah. Oh, you back? Oh, okay. I don't think you come back. Said be prepared. Yep. Yeah, be prepared.
All right. I got it copied down. It is at gmail.com.
Yeah, jtblackstar@gmail.com. Or in low caps.
Yeah. All right, I got that. Look for my email in probably about 30 minutes. I still got some work to do.
Okay, that's fine.
But it's not too bad. I mean, I already pretty much know what I'm doing for the rest of the day. I'm about to shut down in about an hour and a half for my whole day. But yeah, I got a lot more stuff that I can break down. Not trying to toot my own horn or nothing like that, but if you guys are interested in what I have to share, I'm more than happy to come on and drop some of this stuff, and hopefully
Yeah.
somebody can take it and use it. I don't want to like spread too many uh, rumors of conspiracy and things of that nature. I want to break it down the best as I can, and break down what it is that I've observed for myself, and draw the lines between it. Um, I love breaking down the Disney stuff, so that I mean, because I got kids, right? And I grew up. My dad always, was big on, going to see the new Disney movie. We had a great big collection of not DVDs. This was like VHS, bro. Like we would watch all of the Disney movies. And as I got older, I wasn't good at history. I failed it a few times, literally, and ended up being something that I had to go back and learn. And then I ran into a teacher that broke this stuff down to me where I could actually take it in, and he helped me to actually get through it and figure out why it was that I was missing all this stuff, right? It was actually two teachers, but they both broke it down to me, and they got me through it. And I was forever grateful for these two teachers. And what I got out of it was an ability to be able to break down and research the stuff that I had learned, because that's what the problem was. I had grew up around people that were much, much older than me, my grandparents, my great grandmother, and they would always have these stories. And then when I got to my history class, the shit didn't line up with the stories that they had already told me. So I was always in conflict with what it was I was supposed to be learning. Right. And then as I got older and started researching this stuff as a hobby, the rabbit holes that I found myself in were like, I had to find somebody who can explain this shit to me. Right. It's crazy. I started off with just my own family history, researching my last name, researching my grandparents' last name, following their war history with the veterans, my great uncles and whatnot, and their wartime experience and their background. So as far as like knowing who I am, where my lineage, bruh, I did that, and that's what got me out of the bullshit of the stuff that they tend to teach you in high school to college. All right. But yeah, I definitely ready to chop it up whenever you guys are ready to do that. Hit that notification. I'll be right there.
Okay, so you already subbed to me then.
What's up? Oh, if I'm not mistaken, I should be already subbed. Let me take a look here, because I think that was the reason why I got the notification earlier. Yeah,
okay.
I'm already subbed.
Okay,
yeah,
this is what I want you to do, because I don't think I'm subbed to you. This is what I want you to do before you do anything. As soon as I end this, I want you to put a comment of one of my lives. Put a comment on it so I can sub you, because I cannot go and sub you like that anymore, because YouTube cut that out too. So
yeah, that shit is garbage. Somebody was talking about that like some months ago. But yeah, I'll leave an open comment in the message board, not in the live stream, in the message board, so you can actually follow it. Anybody else out there watching, you can go ahead and do the same. I don't have a lot of subs. I'm not really, I don't really care too much about having a whole bunch of subs. Whoever's on there now knows me, because of they've come in contact with me somewhere out here, or I've done a tarot card reading for them, and that's how they get in contact with me or keep updated with me. There's another gentleman that I met. He's a rapper, and he's an up and coming, and he's on my my playlist, so you can jump on there, listen to his up and coming stuff. And I leave criticism. I make comments on and critiques on his music so that he can better grow in his music and his art, right? Because I like listening to him, but I don't want him to, miss out on any of these things that he could be capitalizing on. Like everybody's into spirituality right now, and if he was to start putting more of that into his lyrics and whatnot, and start putting more of a vocabulary in his bars, it would be dope. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I'm my final words for all the listeners. Let me try to break this down as best I can and try to keep it short. We got a lot of studying to do when it comes to what it is that's being presented to us when it comes to electing these elected officials, these politicians and whatnot. I'm not against voting, and I don't encourage nobody to not vote. That's not what my agenda is. My agenda is to be objective, learn what it is that is on the table, and then grow from that. Make your own decision, but know that the game is rigged, and pay attention to the little details that they don't communicate to you. And they want you ask yourself why they never acknowledge us as Black folks, right? Lastly, we're growing. Our spirituality, our spiritual economy, collectively is growing and coming out of spiritual debt. And a lot of people are waking up to a spirituality that they've never known before. Don't be afraid of it. It's there to help. It's your ancestors coming back to reconnect with you so that we're not alone when it comes to this warfare being waged against us. Right? Embrace them, because that's exactly what they're trying to do, is to embrace you. All right? So I'll leave it at that.
All right. And then hit me up in 30 minutes and have a good night. Thanks again.
Yes, sir.
All right. And this one, have a good night. This one is Ghost.
Ashe.